Join us this week on the Upside Down Show as we sit with Professor Kobe Mensah, CEO of the Ghana Tourism Development Company. Congratulations to him on being promoted to full professor.
You have been paid to be a son.
Yes.
Really?
So you're...
He recounts how his age denied him an opportunity, hence he changed his career path.
My dad was AGI chair in Takrady. They had a training for technical people, the sector people, gratis program. I took sleeper from Takrady to Kumasi. When we went to do the registration, the man said I'm too young. It was computer aided design, CAD. I remember very well. And I was so passionate about it that I wanted to do. He said I'm too young, he's not allowing it.
GTDC will no longer suffer, he says.
I'm driving GTDC to digital, making sure that we are moving into the innovation space. We are building what we call Ghana Tourism Marketplace and then Ghana Tourism Investment Platform.
GTDC has, ever since we've known them, been struggling.
Absolutely.
Why?
We are no longer going to struggle.
Don't miss this episode, airing this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For Level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July, 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or City FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to Level 2 and go on to win Level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
Good morning! And welcome to your favorite Sunday morning TV show. We call this Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. You can find me across all the social media platforms using the handle @MensahDuncan.
And I am Eno Safo. Find me across all social media platforms with the handle Eno_S. It promises to be a very interesting show. You'd want to stick and stay right here. We have a bit of entertainment, gospel music, of course, because it's Sunday. We also have, you know, some health tidbits for you. We're going to be delving into that, nutrition, and a bit of politics mixed up in there.
Of course, right from our news review segment up until our sports segment, It's a fully fun-packed show for your Sunday morning relaxation. And of course, we'll be live across all social media platforms. So if for some reason you have to leave your TV set, you can still catch all the exciting conversations via all of your digital devices.
Because we're streaming live
Absolutely.
on Channel 1 TV. But also remember that the show is live and interactive. So send us that WhatsApp to the number 0204-447-033. 0204-447-033. The Literacy Challenge 2025
Yeah,
is
it's
here.
happening live in Khaled. And it's a big, or let me say, a very important activity. So if you're a JSS student, you'd want to take advantage of this exciting opportunity. Why am I saying this? Because you stand a chance of winning a 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glittering trophy. And the big topic that would, you'd have to go through before you can, win this is a very simple one. It says in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? And they're going to say, suggest practical solutions to help Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. And the script, of course, must be in your own handwriting. You don't want any typing things, no, and it must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. And I do remember back in the day when the teacher will tell you in school that your parents have to sign your signature. If you go and forge it and they catch you, oh God.
You're in trouble.
Big
Why
trouble.
would you even forge your parents' signature?
Because maybe you did the homework in the class the following morning. People used to do that, right? So
Why
sometimes.
would you do that?
Yeah,
You're
because.
stubborn too much.
Anyway, so of course, also add your full contact details, which should include your telephone number of your guardian, if you don't have one, and and also email addresses of your guardian or your parent, and you can submit it at the front desk of City FM in Adabraka or Channel 1 TV at Sano. And if you need any more details, there's a call number you can call for further, clarity or additional information. 0205-973-973. Right, and so the deadline for submission is 26th July. Let me add 26th July. It's important.
July.
Yeah.
And shout out to our amazing sponsors, Bell Moo and GB Assessment, and powered by City 97.3 FM as well as Channel 1 TV. Don't forget, deadline 26 July 2025. You don't want to miss out. Just try your hands at it. So if you're 11 to 15 years, just try your hands at it. Write something. Write something. You never know. You might win 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy, and get the bragging rights and all of that. So yes, definitely try your hands at writing if you want to do that. Right.
And I think it's a good time. Also, let me just remind our lovely viewers out there that the Channel 1 News app is live on the Google Play Store. Get all of the latest news updates, videos, all the exciting interviews we've been having here at Channel 1 TV live on the apps. That's the Channel 1 News app. So go to the Google Play Store app on your phone. Just type in Channel 1 News. The app will pop up. You will install it or you download. Okay, install. It downloads. Then you can access all of these big news stories we have for you. You can also share it, right? Just copy the link and share it, put it on your status, put it on your Twitter, your Facebook, so other people can jump on to get all the big stories on there, so they don't miss any important news updates.
Tell a friend to tell another friend that the Channel 1 News app is live and in color. And so we want you to come on board and join us on the app so that you don't miss any story at all. All right, Jude, I think it's time we go into what's happening on our portals. And I have channel1news.com, channel1newsonline.com. Remember, we've changed the name. So channel1newsonline.com, just like citynewsroom.com, channel1newsonline.com. Some of the stories you'll find: Mahama suspends CSADG over use of military officer as bodyguard. We'll go into that story in a bit. Full list of motions accepted by NPP delegates. NPP scraps special electoral college, expands voting base in major constitutional reforms. Tribalism and religious bigotry threaten NPP survival. That's according to Baumia. Mahama cuts sword for Blekusu Sea Defense Project Phase 2. Other stories you'll find: prioritize the youth in party rebuilding efforts. Akufo-Addo urges NPP. Ablekuma North violence will prosecute perpetrators in 2029. That's according to Baumia. Deny early campaigners access to regions' constituencies. Korea from Pond directs. NDC is a failure. Ghana deserves better. That's according to Apenyo Markin. Don't sideline Akufo-Addo in rebuilding efforts. NDC tells NPP. Come out a stronger opposition after National Delegates Conference. NDC to NPP. 35-year-olds lack experience to guide party youth. That's according to Palgrave. Other stories you'll find: car plows into crowd outside LA nightclub, injuring 30. And there are pictures of the MPP's National Delegates Conference on the channel onenewsonline.com portal. Other stories: WhatsApp should prepare to leave the Russian market, influential lawmaker says. Former EC boss Charlotte Osei to speak at Prof. J.E.A. Mills commemoration lecture. London to Accra campaign launched to drive UK-Ghana economic ties.
Let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Big story here: inadequate infrastructure hindering AFTA's potential. That's coming in from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic. Mahama in the news again as he suspends Director General of the Cyber Security Authority. MPP delegates approved 54 motions. The full list is on citynewsroom.com. Still with the MPP following their National Delegates Conference, the MPP rejected a motion to redefine youth age limit. Crack the whip for party discipline. Baumia urges MPP leadership. Stop internal attacks. That's still the 2024 MPP flag bearer and former Vice President Dr. Baumia telling MPP supporters, we are not a broken party despite 2024 electoral defeat. Apenyo Markin tells MPP, who I must say gave quite an interesting speech in, during the conference yesterday, where he likened or used the MPP as a case study in comparison with Indian, Prime Minister Mr. Modi, from a sort of political outcast to a very important national and global figure. That was quite an interesting speech. Palgrave, who is with the Kennedy Japan campaign team, was on a big issue yesterday, and he says that MPP needs a strong chairman who can speak truth to power. And finally, some entertainment-related news. Ghanaian rapper is in Kumasi, and I'm referring to Sarkodie, as Asante Hene endorses his 2025 Rapperholic concert. So a lot more of that later on the show. Any other big stories? Right, I'm on graphiconline.com. Some of the stories you'll find on that portal. Mahama breaks ground for coastal protection project to save 5 Volta communities. NPP overhauls Electoral College. See who can vote in its 2026 presidential primary. Other stories that we haven't brought you, President Mahama holds talks with son of billionaire George Soros, Alex Soros. Other stories, without unity, we are just individuals with ambition, as Apenyo Marking. NPP will return in 2028. Justin Kodia slams NDC over LGBTQ plus silence and job losses. Baumia, Kufuor and Akufo-Addo's legacy will outlive generations. The elephant never forgets. Baumia vows 2029 persecution over Ablekuma violence. Stop internal attacks and expose NDC's wrongs, Baumia tells NPP. Other stories you'll find: rebuild and reclaim Akufo-Addo's post-presidency message to a wounded NPP. And Apenyo Markin says the elephant has only stumbled, and they should wait for MPP for 2028 elections. And let me take you to the newscenter.com. their editor, Elvis Darko. He has some kind of interesting stories here. So following the MPP National Delegates Conference, Napo has been speaking, and he said, I was brought up in a political aware family. Of course, the story on Apenyo Makin saying the MPP is not a broken party is also here. They have an interesting feature on African military leaders who transitioned into democracy. It comes with a photograph of the late former Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, our own Jerry John Rawlings, and Rwanda's Paul Kagame. The News Center also has a list on the key reforms the MPP voted on yesterday.
Okay, I'm on gna.org.gh. Some of the stories you'll find there. BOG develops comprehensive framework to guide non-interest banking finance sector. MPP delegates decide on 54 out of 56. National Cathedral President Mahama orders forensic audit of Deloitte and Touche audit report. Interior Minister urges police to ensure violence-free Akwatia by election. Akufo-Addo calls for reconciliation after MPP's 2024 defeat. Let's build a culture of volunteerism among citizens. That's Professor Kakari saying that. Those are some of the stories.
And let me take you to the international front, right? The BBC is reporting that Syria struggles to quell deadly Bedouin Druze clashes in the south. Comes along with a photograph of some armed young men. At least 37 dead after tourist boat capsizes in Vietnam. Now, Eno, US Tech CEO, I'm sure you remember him, the astronomer CEO, has resigned after Coldplay concert Embrace goes viral.
Wow.
I like the way the BBC puts it. So, concert Embrace. Well, but was it really an embrace?
Yeah,
it was a little more than that.
But it was still an embrace.
Well, it was.
But just a very compromising embrace.
Very intimate as well. So he's resigned. You know, if you go on social media on this particular subject, so many views, so many comments, you know.
So many opinions.
Some have said that, you know, there's a place for standards and all of that, right? But cheating in a relationship should not, or in a marriage, should not lead to job repercussions. Others have shared different thoughts, you know, talking about the morality and his claim to principles, right? So that has got a lot of people also talking. Eno, finally here on the BBC, they have a very important environmental story on how the rise of green tech is feeding another environmental crisis. Wow. So it talks about electronic vehicles, it talks about a lot of things. So it's an interesting read for those who are really and deeply concerned about our environment. Is there a good time to delve into the stories now?
Yes, indeed. I'm opening the Mahama suspends CSA DG over use of military officer as bodyguard, and that story is on channel1newsonline.com. The story reads, the Director General of the National Cybersecurity Authority, Divine Selassie Agbeti, has been suspended for 2 weeks by President John Dramani Mahama over his alleged use of a uniformed military officer as a personal bodyguard without proper authorization. The suspension, announced in a letter signed by the Secretary to the President, Dr. Callistus Mahama, and dated July 15, 2025, follows concerns about potential breaches of security protocol and chain of command procedures. Sources close to the presidency indicates that Agbeti's conduct, particularly involving public appearances with the military officer, was deemed inappropriate and an embarrassment to the government. The presidency in the letter expressed strong disapproval of the incident and signaled that additional disciplinary actions could follow pending the outcome of an internal investigation. This comes on the back of a directive the Defense Minister, Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah, announced in a post on his official Facebook page on Tuesday, July 15, describing the move as part of the government's broader reset agenda aimed at promoting transparency and responsible governance. As part of our reset agenda to restore discipline and accountability, we've withdrawn military protection for civilians, including public officials, former ministers, businessmen, and women, among others, who are not entitled to it, he stated.
Step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Except that, it's great that the president is cracking the whip or seems to be cracking the whip on some of these things, right? Because if you clearly violate a provision stated by the government, and it's very clear, this government, starting from even before the Ablekuma North rerun, right, where the defense minister came out to say that there were not going to be military, manning the polls. Some people hailed the decision and said, oh, of course, it's a step in the right direction because we don't need to, make our military very always in our faces like that. The militarization of our spaces was not the way to go. So people held it, except that others said that if you consider the level of violence we witnessed during the coalition in 2024, maybe a military-police combination was the way to go, and maybe a standby military in case of anything. Because again, we saw how helpless the police were when it happened. But that is hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So I like that he's cracking the whip. In the past, we saw the military follow the electoral commission. Some of them were carrying bags. I'm like, no, it can't be proper. So it's good that he's cracking the whip. Except that his critics will say that beyond taking a very firm decision on the Cybersecurity Authority CEO to his suspension, it's okay. It's punishment enough, some people will say. But beyond that, we've seen other violations, right? So, for example, Ablekuma North election violence. An elderly woman, a former minister of state, was attacked. An MPP organizer was viciously beaten, almost to pulp, right? We need to also see the heavy-handedness of the state in dealing decisively with all that kind of illegalities that also occurred. And I'm sure with that, the goodwill will just keep soaring. But make no mistake, it's proper that this government seems to be, seems to be very firm on making sure appointees are fall in line.
Right? We should consider the military man who sanctioned that officer to,
the CEO.
Yes, to the CEO. We need to find out all of those intricate details.
Yeah, right.
Because
you
can't just get up and say, you follow me, be my bodyguard. So whoever sanctioned his should also be, meted out the same punishment that the CEO will get from government or whomever.
Interesting.
What stories do you have for us?
And talking about cracking the whip, the MPP is also thinking same or calling for same, because their 2024 election flag bearer, Bawumia, has urged the MPP national leadership to crack the whip for party discipline. Excerpts of the story read, former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has called on the leadership of the New Patriotic Party to enforce strict discipline within the party as it undergoes internal reform. Speaking at the party's National Delegates Conference at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium on Saturday, 19th July 2025, Dr. Bawumia stressed the need for unity, humility, and accountability if the party hopes to regain public trust and return to power. The story goes on to say Dr. Bawumia also urged members to let the national interest guide their action throughout the reforms. And those were the words of the 2024 election flag bearer for the MPP and the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Maybe very briefly, right, because in relation to that, Apenyo Makin also was, I'm sure later on the show we'll get to look into details a bit more. You were there, so I want to really hear your thoughts about how the event went. But Apenyo Makin described the MPP as a party that is not broken, despite the electoral defeat in 2024.
Yes.
Excerpts also read, Minority Leader Alexander Apenyo Makin has called on supporters of the New Patriotic Party to unite behind a common purpose and reconnect with the party's grassroots as it charts a new path forward. Speaking at the MPP's National Delegates Conference on Saturday at the University of Ghana Stadium, Apenyo Makin emphasized the importance of unity, discipline, and a renewed sense of purpose within the party. He said that the MPP is not a broken party despite its defeat in the 2024 election. He stressed the need for the party to rebrand itself with results and strong character. warning that internal divisions have been costly. So you get the sense that it's the same theme running through all of the speakers.
Unity.
Unity, let's rebuild, let's go back to the base, the foundation, right? Hopefully, the message resonates with the core of the party, right? So that some of the utterances we've seen in the past, and this whole urge to be very critical of a government that has enormous goodwill. We are not saying don't criticize. In fact, in every proper democracy, you need a well-functioning opposition. You need a steady, stable, and a very credible opposition, right? So it's in their place to point out things that are not going well. If all of a sudden all your communicators are out jumping, less than 7 months, you've not even done a mid-year budget review. The country is hard.
I think during the NDC solidarity message at the event, they said that they should come out, unite and then come out as a stronger opposition and, stop the bickering and all of that within the party, build their grassroots, build themselves up, and then come out as a stronger opposition for 2028. And you should have heard the resounding boos in the
it was fun to see
it was
solidarity
interesting.
message.
I think it was a very well organized event, even though it started later than was on their sheets. It was supposed to start at 8, 9, but it started around 11ish thereabout. But they still ended on time, which was very impressive for me. Very, very impressive for me. But yeah, we'll talk about this more
later on the show.
A bit later in the show. And so, you want to do another story before we go? Or?
Yes, let me take you to this story on citynewsroom.com, and it's got to do. I wanted to bring excerpts of the motions, right? But we'll do that later on the show. But let me tell you about a sea defense project. On this show, we've discussed a lot about the fact that some of our friends in the Volta region are suffering from the lack of it. How the tidal waves, was destroying property, in some cases even taking lives, And this government showed a lot of commitment in the very early days of this government.
Mahama's first administration, yes. I think
even this,
we mentioned
even this very government, we've seen him very early in this government. I think somewhere in February or March, he went to visit some of these sites. He went to Kita to visit the destruction, remember the Volta regional minister, there was a tidal wave story where the minister even had to go and sleep with those who had been displaced overnight, right? And the politics was that but it's been a major topical point, and to see that government is showing some actionable commitment to it is welcome. So the headline is Mahama cuts sword for phase 2 of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project. President John Dramani Mahama has officially cut sword for the commencement of phase 2 of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project. The initiative, long awaited by the people of Ketu South, marks a major step towards curbing the devastating effects of coastal erosion that have plagued the area for decades. The phase 2 is expected to extend protective structures along critical stretches of the shoreline, shielding several communities from the relentless tidal waves that have disrupted lives and displaced families. The story goes on to say, Mr. Mahama, who initiated the first phase of the Sea Defense Project during his first term as president, what you were saying, emphasized the urgency of completing this next phase to ensure the long-term safety and stability of the coastal belt. The scope of work under the Blekusu Coastal Project entails the construction of 37 armor rock granites at circa 220 meters intervals with land reclamation to protect 8 kilometers of the coastline. The project is expected to be completed in 48 months. That's quite a technical end to the story. Hopefully, you're able to get some, persons with deep understanding within the space to explain to us how this is going to look like. But the story is clear. So he started in his first term as president, and after 8 years, he's back to complete it.
Yeah,
but we know the devastation tidal waves has caused in parts of this country, right? And for me, I'm excited that...
Have you spoken to anybody who lives along that stretch before?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard the likes of the Member of Parliament for Ketu South, Ablajifa Gomashi, the Ketu North MP, Edem Agbana.
We were speaking to some of the indigents there, and when you ask them, so where was your house? They'll point to the middle of the sea that it used to be there, and this is where they are now.
How they would thought that was where their house was?
Well, it's not a specific point, but they're showing you that that's
down.
where it used to be, and then the erosion has occurred, and so they're now all the way on this side. So it speaks a lot. So this will definitely help the people of the Volta region, K2 South Municipality, and all of those who need the Sea Defense project. But yes, this is Sunday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
If I can complete a marathon, then I can overcome any situation that comes my way.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
Kwame! You look amazing! Have you discovered a new secret to staying healthy these days?
Actually, I have. It's called SOS Advance. It is a health supplement manufactured in the UK with 11 essential oils like frankincense, black seed, oregano, and neem, all powered by nanotechnology.
Wow! That's impressive! What does it do?
SOS Advance supports your immune system against invading pathogens, including viruses, bacteria, and toxins. It also provides antioxidant effects to help combat free radicals and reduce oxidative stress on your body.
Wow, I really need this. Like, I've been feeling off lately, but I can't pinpoint exactly what the problem is.
Oh, easy. I think you should get it. You can find it at every pharmacy nearby.
There's a pharmacy here! Let's go! Thank you. I beg, his wound is pain.
Pregnant and lactating mothers should contact their physicians. This advert is FDA approved.
You're welcome back to Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. Normally we'd be singing some music, and we will be doing that in a bit, but we're first going to have a conversation with Dave the Music Box, our gospel musician for today, before we allow him to sing, because we don't want to, disturb the whole process. Hi, Dave. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's great to have you back.
Yes. And thank you for having me this Sunday morning.
How has it been?
It's been amazing. It's the last time I came with Osborne. Because we did a song together and everything. But it's been amazing. I'm kind of like enjoying myself just a little bit,
Interesting. What's the latest really? Because like you said, the last time you were with Osborne, I know you've also done some work with Bethel Revival Choir. What's the latest, as Dave the Music Box?
So aside, I've been doing a lot of producing, you know, a lot of producing. But even before the collaboration with Bethel, I had released an EP. You know, Vibes, it's still there, you could stream. And right after that, the release with, there was a release with Bethel.
Yeah.
You know, but since then, I've been producing.
Yeah.
You
You produce, you play instruments,
Yeah.
you sing. I mean, you do it all, basically. Do you have a favorite amongst all the things that you do within the music space?
I think producing is the most interesting thing, though. Yeah, working on music for other people other than yourself, it's really fascinating. Yeah, I really love that.
I like that.
Interesting. I know when I hear of Dave the Music Box, right? A lot that comes to my mind the first time is he likes the background work.
Yeah.
But in recent time, I've seen that you are now fronting it a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, is it deliberate?
So thing is, I had, you know, it's very hard to keep up on all social medias, you know, and people who do that, I mean, they're so excellent. But I had a couple of conversations with people who were like, no, look, you really have to put yourself out there and everything. I was like, okay, so let me just try doing it. And I was surprised, you know, at the number of followers I started receiving and, you know, DMs and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so it was that easy, you know. So now, and now like releasing music to bless people, you know. So
Recently, I saw the University of Ghana advertise you on a program where you were going to speak to their music department.
Yes.
So beyond even the singing and the producing, you are now teaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it something you intend going into long term, or even short to medium to long term?
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm just going to do it all because, you know, you have to channel like the next and upcoming generation, you know, as to how it's supposed to be, the basics and everything. Because what I got to share with them were like, I got to speak on music production. So I got to tell them about the fundamentals and everything. And a lot of people were like, oh, we actually didn't think of it this way, you know? So like, it got me pretty like excited. So I was like, hey, I'm going to keep on doing that.
Are you working on anything new?
Yes. So I was into, there's going to be a release taking place, I think, at the end of August, probably, with an artist. I got to do the beat, like for those who follow me on social media, I did the beat and everything, called the artist. He's done with his verse and everything, but I'm just, you know, posting bits of it, the process. And I'm just going to keep it a secret, but it's going to be a crazy banger, you know. Yeah. And also in October 4th, I'm going to have a yearly show. This will be the first edition called Unorthodox 25. Yes, on the 4th of October. So is there
a reason? Is there a reason behind the name for the program, Unorthodox?
Unorthodox, yes, there is a reason. So previously, I used to hold the out-of-the-box experience, you know, meaning that we actually don't follow the norm, you know, yes. But this time, with much prayer and, you know, reflection, I was like, let's rebrand, you know, to Unorthodox, and meaning that we're still going to follow the pattern of the non-conventional, you know, way of doing things, and it's going to be crazy.
Where will it be happening? Do you know yet?
Come again?
Where will it be happening? Do you know yet?
We're working on the venue, but we'll communicate that.
We'll definitely have you back here to tell us about that.
Yes.
That would be nice, right? Yeah.
It will.
Dave, let me ask you this, right? Just because you talk about the fact that you've been into music, trying to tell or show the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, for the secular music scene, you know, there are different genres of music, right? So they have the hip hop, they have the hip life, they have so many of it. And now we've seen an emerging trend, what we would call alternative music. It's very common with secular music, but with traditional Christian or gospel music, it's always been one way, it's either praise and worship.
Yeah, I know.
Or it's some, you know, so we've not seen alternative Christian music come up, naturally.
Yeah.
Is that what you are trying to communicate with your program?
Yeah. So, even aside from that, so I've been like working for like the last time I tried to calculate, and I realized it was like 15 years. Working with groups and all that kind of stuff, and the whole urban and everything. And there are people like King Skid, Isaias, Regardless, Kobe Sam, and they have been like working to also bring that diversity to the music. But unfortunately, I would say not the culture, but the understanding, of what is supposed to be. Because from the pulpit, a lot of people were like lambasting, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be praise and worship and all that kind of stuff. So having to fight this, and then finally at the VGMAs, they have urban gospel category, because now it's something you can't stop. It's something
it's growing. It's a space that's growing.
So we just keep on adding our voice. So that's what I'm doing. Keep on adding our voice. And I'm telling you, there are even more amazing artists. I think there's this brother of mine, Daniel Foley, who comes here.
He's come here quite often.
Yeah. Amazing guy. When it comes to Afro beats and R&B, good. There's Che Menta. There's my cousin, 1000.
Yeah, Nanaya Ofoyata. Yeah.
Nanaya.
Nanaya is your cousin.
Yeah, I say that with great pride.
Yeah, we are scheduled to have him later in the week.
Oh, okay.
I think he's part of this Telios group where they are into Christian drama. But Nana is an amazing guy.
He's great. So we're all putting, and different generations we're putting in. So we can also serve people with diversity.
But with the same message.
With the same message.
Communicating the message. Undiluted.
Yeah, undiluted.
So it's being received well?
The style... Yeah, I think now it's kind of like getting better. It's getting better. Like, for example, having to do Tigbe and then do Mao with a group like Bethel Revival, and having that response. I'm like, okay, that's great. Wow. That's great. And not only the Gen Z, but the older generation, they're like...
I was coming to you on demographics, but I like that you mentioned. What's it like working with... maybe let me start off with Pastor Ed Datson, that's his name, and also Bethel. What's the relationship like?
Oh, with Pastor Datson, let me just say on air, I'm kind of like his nightmare. I just pick on him a lot and disturb him. Amazing, but a little annoying person, but great musician, one of the greatest songwriters, and also it was through him that I got to work with Bethel. And honestly, it's been an amazing experience. The upcoming album, which is the Revival album with Bethel, I got to co-produce, with Papa Henry Dachamo, who's like a mentor. And I mean, like, it's been a great experience. And also worked recently with Neokai.
Yeah.
I think he's about to release something new, fresh.
Oh, they are doing things in the space. You're a major guy.
Like, mostly low-key,
Yeah, I feel you. Let me just, maybe my final thoughts, and ask a couple more questions, then we and maybe this will be a little controversial, so help me through it. There's a seeming trend where you have like a lot of local artists, because I know you to be one who advocates for staying true to your style, whichever way it is, because you just talked about an emerging urban gospel trend. But there's a trend where we have, or we see some of our artists, seemingly trying to assimilate one and also copy other culture, other forms of music. We may not be necessarily Ghanaian. So you hear it in the music through maybe even chants. Some of them even have gospel songs in other languages, right, that are not Ghanaian.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your thoughts around it? Do you feel like it's the way to go in trying to tap into other markets, or we need to be a bit more circumspect in how we deal with it?
So, yes, we have to be circumspect. you know, and if you're trying to reach out, like for example, I think the best way to get into new markets probably through features. You know, featuring. Probably could try the language here and there, but we have to really stay true to ourselves. You see, Ghana is all about high life. High life is Ghana. And let me tell you how far high life goes. You know, like the palm wine music, you find it in Brazil. You find it in Cuba. You find it in other places the world. Like even modern day Congolese music comes from high life. That's what a lot of people. But you come to Ghana and it feels like, oh yeah, high life belongs to us, but we're not doing anything about it. We're not doing anything with it. You see, so I believe that producers, we have to be intentional. You know, there's a certain law in production. If you're going to do like something in the local language, you can have like kind of like some foreign instrumentals because it's like local. You know, you can also, so I call it the 50-50 or the 100 and you know, this kind of stuff. Like one of my favorite songs, drum metal songs, I think I told him, no, I haven't told him yet, is Yo Boami. I love that song. Like, I love the song for the language. It brings out the beauty of the language, and the instrumentation was like quite modern. So it brings you a different type of color. And I wished a lot of people could stay true to that. I remember there's something Nathaniel Bassey said, which he was lambasted for. He was like, you know, stop singing your local songs, but I don't think he meant like stop singing it, but there must be a blend. Because you're reaching out to other people in other countries
who are also now jumping on the trend.
Yes, you know, so like writing style, like Dinah Hamilton, you know, she writes the English and then the chorus ends up in Tree, you know, and a chorus that we should adapt to all these things. I would say we have to be intentional, you know, and have work based on the knowledge, you know, we have on music and not just try.
Amazing. It's a question I've had or heard a lot of people struggle with because, you know, in one breath, they are really looking at the markets. They want to enter, you know, certain spaces. But also others have felt that like in trying to do that, we lose our own touch. You know, our own Ghanaian touch. So I like how you put it. The blend is the way to go.
It is.
Amazing.
It is.
I think I have one last question. What do you hope a listener, you know, would take away from your music when they listen to you sing?
Okay, so let me be very honest with y'all. All right. At some point, you know, like I was so eager to, you know, increase viewership and, you know, had that complex as well coming in, and I lost that essence, you know, of like the pure music speaking from the heart. So now that is where, like, I guess with the stage at which I am in my life, I want to speak from the heart now, you know, not just choruses and sing-alongs, but I really, really want to speak from the heart now. So the upcoming project, you know, with that artist is like from the perspective of the Word of God, but like we're being real and speaking from the heart. And there's another song that also would follow that EP. So it would be a full EP where I'm speaking. And that is what I would want my listeners to get in. I want them to relate. My biggest influence in music is Kirk Franklin. You know, because
and he's had his own fair share of battles.
Yeah, and he just writes straight from the heart. You can relate, you know, and it's helped me through every phase of my life.
What's your favorite song from him?
I actually don't. Like every album is like my favorite. Yeah. You know, and
I like
I would want to be to people who Kirk Franklin has been to me.
Yeah.
Basically.
Amazing.
I love that.
Wow. Dave the Music Box.
I think it's time to hear Dave sing.
Yeah, we could go on and on and on, right? But I'll say that, see, I love the way you're moving, the fact that you are also interested in the next generation.
Yeah.
Because for where you are, it's very easy to be okay with where you are, right? But the fact that beyond making music, beyond producing music, beyond sound engineering, which we've not even talked about on this show, you're also now interested in teaching and also the next generation that comes after. It's just something that for me is quite profound, that stuck with me, right? So it's not even necessarily about amassing views, right? But it's doing music that speaks to people in their own small way. And, you know, almost, I wouldn't say single-handedly, but it's rather a small team trying to bring up a new kind of music that, you know, resonate with young people. Maybe Gen Z's more, but everybody else, you know.
Everyone.
Yeah, because I see the struggle. I used to, when I was quite young, I used to go to this event with Kim's kid. It was called Word at Work. Or Word at Work.
I think I remember that.
Many years ago, you know, Pastor, the CEYC guy who was at Christ Embassy was also E-Rock. He used to be called E-Rock at the time. Now he's changed his name, Pastor Eno. You know, and you know, we were young people, but we were really excited to be there. You know, and I feel like it changed the mindset and the perception to gospel music for a whole generation. So I love that you're back doing, you know, within the space.
And we're going to fight.
I feel you. I wish you the grace. It's a big fight.
I know.
You got this.
I know.
But
we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
We'll take a break, right? We'll take a quick break. When we are back, we get to see the big man himself. Amazing. So we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly. Then we get to see Dave, the music book, our artist for the day. Don't go away.
Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are normal structures located in the anus of all mammals.
But it is only man who suffers hemorrhoidal disease because of the erect posture we have assumed and the squatting that we do to empty our bowel. Hemorrhoids consist of a special type of blood vessels which fill with blood when we are moving our bowel and help to cushion the anus against the force of transmitting the stool. Afterwards, they empty their blood, collapse, help seal the anus to maintain continence. Over time, these vessels lose the elasticity of their walls, become dilated, permanently filled with blood, leading to congestion of the hemorrhoids. The symptoms of hemorrhoids are bleeding and prolapse of the hemorrhoids when passing stool, itching and feeling of warmth in the anus and anal discharge. Laser, ligature, and longo are the modern, minimally invasive, most effective and painless methods of treating hemorrhoids today.
Muntaba Hospital, first Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
What's better than your bestie? A bestie with blockbusters and bedtime cartoons. GoTV streams your fave soaps, sports, and the loudest laughs. No extra charge, just internet connection. Your shows, your vibes, your anytime, anywhere bestie. GoTV Stream. Download it now.
Every journey begins with a single step. Not always easy, not always certain, but always yours. In every heartbeat, there's a story of struggle, of courage, of purpose. And on this road, every story finds its voice.
I run because I believe I'm born to win. I run because it keeps me fit and gorgeous.
It's not just about the finish line. It's about what drives you to start and energizes you to keep going against all odds. The battles no one sees and the pain no one feels. The triumphs only you understand. And when the road gets hard, always remember, if it is to be, it is up to me. It's your moment, your legacy, and your glory. Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
Now this morning, before we get to the hard stuff, I would want us to just worship briefly. Just let our God know that He is worthy of our praise. Is it okay with you if we do the song together? And all the saints and angels bow before your throne. All creation bow before the Lamb of God and sing. Everybody sing. We bow before your throne. Cast their crowns before the Lamb of God and sing, you're worthy of it all. You're worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you all things, you deserve the glory. Everybody come on, say, you're worthy of it all, yeah. Oh, you're worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you are all things, you deserve the glory, yeah. Father, we worship you, yeah. Come on, sing. Come on, sing. We bow before your throne, Lord. And all the elders cast their crowns before the Lamb of God. Come on, and you're worthy of it all. You were worthy of it all. Father, receive all our worship this morning. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory. You're worthy of it all. Come on. Wherever you are, in your room, in your couch, come on, give him that glory. For from you are all things, to you all things. You deserve the glory. Maybe it would have been some time that you might have given him all that glory and said thank you to him. But this is a great opportunity that you have wherever you are. Just say, Lord, we are grateful unto you. Lord, we love you. Oh, bless the Lord, oh my soul, and let everything that is within me give you all the praise, Lord. Come on. Say day and night, day and night, night and day. The incense of our worship, Lord. Come on. Day and night. Whoa. Day and night. Come on, declare it. Say you're worthy of it all. You're worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. Yeah, you deserve all the glory. Oh, Lord, we magnify you, we extol you, oh God, yeah. Exalted, oh God. Now we're going to say that he is the greatest. We're going to call him out. This is one that I did with Bethel. So wherever you are, I just need you to groove with me. Come on. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Say, hey. Oh, na, 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 na. Come on. So when I say, my God is a big God. My God is a mighty God. He made the heavens and the sea, y'all. To make the world in 7 days, y'all. Hey, my God is so awesome. He's a wonder. He's a wonder. He's a wonder. Come on, now listen to this. It says, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor has it entered into man. Come on, he works in ways. For out of darkness he calls light. My God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. He works in mysterious ways. I'm sure you heard this before. Now listen, say, Mabusi Wajila. Ewani Kakata, the God we serve. Mabusi Wajila. I got the dance this time. Mabusi Wajila. God we serve. Mabusi Wajila. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Energy. Come on. Say, my God is a big God. My God is a mighty God. He's a wonder. He's a wonder. He's a wonder. He's a wonder. Say, he's haven't heard, nor has it entered into man. He works in ways I cannot comprehend. Come on, say, my God is so big, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. And he works in mysterious ways. Just have faith. Just have faith. Come on, say. Come on. Say, Mabusi Wajila. And everybody gonna do it. The God we serve. Mabusi Wajila. Jila, Jila, Jila. He's the God who made the heavens and the earth. Hey, hey. Mabusi Wajila. God we serve, yeah. Mabusi Wajila, Jila, 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 Jila. The God we serve. Come on. Give them, show them. Everybody go, energy. I had to take this for my cousin, y'all. Ha! And everybody come on, move your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on. I see you. I see you from the screen, y'all. I see you from the screen. Come on, hey. Now this is a song that you all know. We had to put a little twist to this. Everybody come on, yeah, yeah. Lord, I'm grateful. Make sure you don't get too excited. All right, now here it is. Say, you were kind. You were gracious. Come on. I have tasted. I have known. I can boldly say. One more time. You were kind. I can testify. I have tasted. I can boldly say. For the Lord is good. For the Lord is good. Yes, sir. Now everybody, come on. Sing my wound. Come on, say it, take me. Still sounds fresh, y'all. Come on, say. Shout out to Bethel Revival Choir, y'all. Come on, say. My wound. Everybody, take me. Everybody gonna take me. Yeah. Come on, say. You were great. I will testify. I have tasted. I have known you. Yo. For the Lord is. Come on, you know you serve a good God. For the Lord is good. All right, you can just stand up from your couch on your bed and let's rock together. Come on. Everybody say, take me. Oh, take me. I had to take this from Pastor Evan, y'all. Take me. Oh, no. My boo. And everybody, come on, take me. My boo. Still take me. Woo, come on. Na. We ain't done yet. Do your own dance. Do your own dance. Come on, energy, come on. Say, forever and ever and ever and ever. I love you forever and ever, forever and ever. I love you forever, worship forever, forever and ever and ever, yeah. Forever and ever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever. Come on, say yeah. Come on, say it. Oh, take me. Come on, take me. Ever and ever, love you forever. Take me. Forever and ever, you go to your. Come on, sing my Uno. And everybody say, take me. Everybody, come on. My Uno. Everybody, come on, take me. My Uno. And everybody say, take me. your dance. I think you dance. Everybody, come on, do your dance. Do your dance. Do your dance. Come on, hey, yeah. Come on, say Dave. We're about to party. Come on, everybody. Hey, I can hear you from your couch. Come on, say Dave. We're about to party. Come on. This is a Holy Ghost party right here. Right, thank you. Dave the Music Box here. Be blessed.
Wow. I could see you barely could sit in your seat.
Yeah, I was dancing.
Yeah, it's called Cristo Amapiano.
Yeah.
Or Cristo Piano.
Cristo Piano.
Cristo Piano.
You're giving it a new name?
I'm telling you, at the point I had to be sure if it was the same Tegbe I had.
That you were hearing.
Better revival passing.
I like that. I like that. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
It fits into a question I was asking our guest artists, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've been doing things the same way for a long time. It's helped. It's had its place.
When you asked him that question, so my mind took me back to back in the days. Our gospel musicians would be standing by flowers and they'd be singing the same type of songs.
Absolutely.
And it was running through.
A lot has changed in the space. And if you are hoping to get along more people still jumping on Christian or gospel music, you need to also evolve with the music, right? So I love that people are in the space, they've committed their time, their resources, and their intellect, right, to making this happen. And I had a good time with our artist for the day.
Yeah. Dave did amazing. I loved it.
Amazing. It's a good time to now delve into other issues, right?
Yes, let's do that.
I don't even know where to start. The issues are a lot. So many issues. Yesterday on the show, we started with Sanda. And I went to look at the comments on the live stream when the conversation was going on.
Yeah.
You clearly get a sense that a lot of Ghanaians are interested in how this nation is being run. For some time, you get politicians say, oh, the country is on autopilot, depending on where they stand on the political divide, right? And some of them sought to sell a narrative that suggests that Ghanaians were not interested in how this country was being managed. But I think it's quite on the contrary, because I look at the level of excitement or excitement amongst party people, but interest nationally, right, in the MPP Delegates Conference. You get the sense that people are very, very much politically aware, number one now, and they are also interested in how this country is being run, in that they want to see that even in opposition, we are being seen to be doing the right thing. I don't know if you get where I'm going with this, because I go on social media, everybody's talking about the MPP Delegates Conference. Everybody's sharing their thoughts about the motion. In fact, on the two rejected ones, right? I think one has to do with age limit.
Yeah.
And the other one is
5 years for the youth organizer.
And the second one is
and the second one is the polling station album being sent
to the regional level.
To the
regional oversight for
of
polling station
album.
And non-MPP people were even commenting on the issues.
Oh, okay.
Right? So for me, I think that now we've come to a point where we've seen that, it's probably going to be these two parties until something very drastic or maybe even divine happens. Because I don't see how many other political parties can put together an event like this to begin with, outside of MPP and NDC.
I was about to say NDC.
So the point is that it's going to be these two parties. And I think Ghanaians have accepted it. In fact, these two political parties know it themselves.
So you're saying that the other political parties should just...
Charlie,
they
add up to the numbers to make it
a democracy
process, right? To make it not a two-party state. But the reality on the ground is, and I even think these two parties, they scheme against whoever wants to show. I'm telling you, it is in their interest not to bring a third force, and they've been successful at inhibiting the growth of any other
political party
force, right? So it's going to be these two, and I'm saying that Ghanaians are now becoming more politically aware if they weren't in the past. And it showed for me, based on some comments and views I sampled on this conference. And hopefully, the party is able to build from this going into the future, because if the message of party cohesion, if the message of party unity, if the message of having to rebuild from the grassroots up onto the very top is not sent down, then I don't know which other lesson again they'll learn, especially coming from a very humiliating defeat. But you are the grounds yesterday. Maybe just your overview. You were in the studio, then you went to the grounds. So you have a more 360 view of what happened or transpired there. What were your thoughts? Were you impressed from organization, security, health, the general flow of it, to every other thing we might have missed out on TV?
I was generally pleased with the organization. So if you didn't have the right accreditation, there were certain points that you couldn't even enter or move through. So that was number one. Security presence, top notch. There were no mishaps anywhere. When it started, I thought that, oh my word, it didn't start on time, and so we'll probably be there till like 9 p.m. or later into the night. And so we had already psyched ourselves, the Channel 1 team, we had psyched ourselves. So even when the program ended at 4 p.m., we had so much energy, we didn't know what to do with our energy because we had psyched ourselves. But I like the fact that they stuck to time and they ended on time. And the speeches delivered, some were excruciatingly long. And I say excruciating because when you're in the crowd, you know, when you're in such a crowded event, people don't want long speeches, no matter what you're giving them. And Apenya Markin's speech was very lengthy, but he had very profound insight in there. Yeah. He had very profound messages in there, but it was a bit lost on us because we couldn't hear him clearly where we were, but it was a well-delivered speech. I'm trying to figure out what was happening here, but I was inside, so maybe I must have missed this, but it was a well-organized event, started on time, ended on time. No, didn't start on time, but ended on time. And the motions, you know, were concerned about the voice vote, but regardless, it went well. So they had about 56 motions that they voted on, and they went through that seamlessly. To what they want, no to what they want. When Baumia entered, let me talk about the entry of Baumia. So Baumia came in just as Sanda and I were turning the curve into UG, and he came with, and I mentioned to Sanda that, wow, I was like, is that Baumia? Because there were like just 3 or 4 cars. In the past, when he was Veep, it would have taken about 5-10 minutes before all the cars passed by. But anyway, so when he entered the stadium,
it was just how many cars again?
It was just like 4 or 5 cars, like a few cars, you know. He entered the stadium. He came with Napo, so you see Napo leading him, his wife, and then he followed, and they entered into the UG stadium, and then he went round, which apparently was not on the plan, but they allowed it. And shortly after he came in...
Oh, so it wasn't planned for him to
go around the stadium, no. He was just supposed to go and say hi. But I'm glad he went around the stadium because media weren't allowed on the pitch. And so we would have missed a lot of pictures of him and, you know, his entourage. So I'm happy he went around, even though other camps have said that was kind of like a campaign, sort of. But
he did that again after his speech.
What you will. Do with it what you will.
And he did it again after his speech, right?
Yes, he did. And so, yes, so that was Baumia's entry into the UG. And then shortly after him, Kennedy Japan came in. Wow. The I don't know what to describe it as, but the energy, the chants, the joy at seeing him actually.
Oh, so Kennedy came after Baumia.
Yeah, which was, I don't know, does that break protocol? Or there's no protocol when it comes to
ideally, if Baumia was still vice president, you'd expect that the higher you are, the later you come. So, but with now, all of them are, you might want to say commoners. Even though Baumia's former position, now they voted on the party chairman becoming the leader of the party. So maybe not. But you can't discount his influence as probably the most senior person in the party now, given, and I'm choosing my words correctly, given that the two former presidents from their party were not physically present. So Kufuor wasn't there. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo too wasn't there. So it makes Bawumia then the most senior person prior to voting on the motions at the party. So maybe the best should have, and I think that's the reason why they allowed him to go
round.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm sure it's because he was former vice president. That's why he was allowed to go around. Because ordinarily they wouldn't have allowed it. Because some people saw it as campaigning, but
Kennedy wasn't allowed to go around.
No.
Brian wasn't allowed to go around.
No.
Who else? Educhum.
Educhum.
Was there?
Educhum came by our studio, sat down, had a conversation with Sanda and Samiri Afe. And yeah, he said a top priority of his is education in Ghana because education can change everything. And
was there some excitement or euphoria around his arrival?
Educhum?
Yeah.
So I wasn't there for his arrival at the event, but when he came up to where the media was, I had just returned from going out to do CNR. So when I climbed up, I'm wondering, why is there so many people here? Because it's just supposed to be media. And then I realized, oh, okay, so Educhum is around. And yeah, he was well received. Had a couple of people thronging him. And he moved from, media desk to media desk, having conversations, granting interviews, and all of that. He was the only aspirant who gave interviews at the event.
How about Kwabena Japan? He just recently...
I actually did not see Kwabena Japan
at the event. I've also not seen any.
I haven't seen any videos that suggest that he was there either.
There. Wow.
Yeah.
So it was Kennedy for the aspirants. Yes. Flag bar aspirants was Kennedy, Brian,
Educhum,
and His Excellency Dr. Bawumia.
Yes. So they were the ones that I saw.
You talk about security.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But we later saw. You said it was generally okay.
Yes, generally
but we later
okay.
saw some scuffle of a sort.
I wasn't there for that, so I don't know exactly what it was or who.
But we saw the media team of the vice president, very angry, or very appearing to be very angry.
Because I remember, okay, this is when Kennedy was coming.
Is that what caused the scuffle?
And
or you're unable to,
I know
if you don't have
Kamaru was saying that, his boys were being a bit rowdy.
Whose boys?
Kennedy. Or who, well, I don't know if they're with him, but whoever was with him were being a bit rowdy. And they were trying to calm tempers, and they were trying to get an interview from Kennedy. He was with Hansen at the time, but they were being pushed around, and so he had to stand his ground to ensure that he got the shot that he could get. But this was quickly dissolved. They came upstairs to, give us.
So it was a generally successful.
Yeah.
It was a generally successful event.
Yeah, very generally.
Wow. On the motions, Boakye
Jako, yes.
Has it confirmed that he's aspiring to be national chairman?
I'm not sure. I've heard in nooks and corners and crevices that he intends to, but it hasn't been officially announced.
Indication whatsoever?
No, he did not.
Were these national executive aspirants campaigning on the ground?
No, there were no campaigns.
I saw a banner of Eugene Boakye entry, but in the banner, in that video, I also heard people telling the bearers of the banner to not expose their candidates because they could find trouble for him. But they were quite
I think that was a question that Hansen asked the Kennedy Japan followers who were chanting his name, that we've been told not to, campaign for any candidates. Why are you chanting Kennedy? And they said it's just excitement and euphoria, and they're not campaigning. They're just excited to see him. It's been a while since they saw him, and so that's what they're doing. But I did not see any banner campaigning for anybody. But on our way there, we saw a huge, of Educhum welcoming delegates to the National Delegates Conference. Like Charles would say, do with it what you will. But at the party, the conference grounds, there was no banner of anybody campaigning or otherwise at the event.
So 2 of the motions out of 56 was rejected. But how did they reject those 2? Was it because the chair was loud there?
When he said, when he mentioned the motion, so let's say the age 35 for national youth organizer, those in favor say, yeah. The stadium went dead silent. Dead silent, which means they all agreed to say no. And when he said those against say, yeah, you should have heard the resounding no. So yeah, we were a bit skeptical about the voice count, the vote count by voice, and Sanda mentioned it yesterday. But all in all, it was successful. So they knew when to say no, and they knew when to say yeah. So just like Sanda said, they had already agreed on, in principle, on what they would do. And so those two, the no-nos were very resounding. No. They knew that they did not want a 35-year-old to be their youth.
So the no chant was louder. The no one even said yeah. So he would ask initially, those in favor say yeah. The stadium went silent, dead silent. Nobody uttered anything. Yes, there was noise from the background, but nobody meant. But when he said those against say no, there was a resounding no for
across
the 54 that
stadium.
the 54 that was approved, you could also tell that the yes was louder.
Yes, the yes was louder.
But were there any motions where you felt that if we had probably put it to an actual head count,
people would have chosen otherwise?
Yeah.
No, actually.
But 54 is a lot.
Yes, 54 is a lot.
So
they already agreed in principle before they came to the stadium. So they already knew what they wanted and what they did not want.
So the two that were rejected was the regional level overseeing police station elections.
Yes.
And the age limit.
Age cap, yeah.
So what's the status quo? Do you know?
Of
being a national youth organizer in the party. The age limit for...
I think it starts from 40.
From 40
yeah,
going.
40 going. That's what's in their constitution already.
Yeah, but what does, but we should check out what the definition of a youth is. But, I mean, the point is that you can have somebody even in his 50s, right? But he's able to speak to and engage with the youth better than somebody who might be...
The classic example is our president.
Exactly.
He appeals to all of us. How old is he now?
The president is in his 60s.
Yes, but he appeals to all of us.
So that's the point. But of course, at that level, at that age, you're far gone. But, it's not necessarily about, you see, and I said it with a lot of respect to the current youth organizer, right? But during his tenure, Salam Mustafa, we saw the NPP youth organization to be about, let's gather people, Choboy, you are going, And we saw very little of trying to appeal to like the intellectual base of the youth, right? So for example, how many youth engagement seminars, for example, happened during his watch? Like how well did he bring together young people to discuss their party, engage in intellectually stimulating conversations about the future of the NPP? It was rather, okay, Occupy Jubilee House protesters are amassing. Let's also amass to do a counter-protest. Oliver and his team are fix the country, fix yourself. You see, and I don't want to compare to the NDC, right? Because they have their own challenges. But for example, see how Pablo went about the Green Army, right? And the 18 and above or 18 for NDC or whatever, they were doing spaces on Twitter. They were engaging their young audience. They were having conversations about national issues, about corruption scandals. I remember.
But what if they were doing all of this behind the scene, not holding Twitter NPP events? Yes.
But so if you are doing it behind the scenes, then how do people now jump on to now listen to what message you have? So I think that at a point, the youth structure of the NPP missed their way a bit, right? Where now they became very frontal. They were seen as it became like a foot soldier branch rather than engaging young people on what their views were on national development, what their views were on building the party. So I'm not even surprised that they have scrapped the decision to limit the age or maintain the status quo with the motion on the age. But going forward, it's important that whoever leads the party as a national youth organizer should have the appeal of young people. It shouldn't be necessarily age, but it should be one who is able to communicate to young people, understand the growing trends, the new demographics, what it means. You know, because young people are increasingly becoming complicated. And now with the way people consume information, they don't need to wait necessarily for traditional media to report it. They are on social media.
Everything is on our phones.
You know, they're on
hands,
TikTok.
literally.
Look at the numbers there. On Twitter, they are there. They are also seeing in real time happenings there. So your strategy should be able to accommodate all of these people and have a tailored message for them. You know, so going forward, I'm really hoping that whoever leads the party as a youth organizer, you know, would be able to pay attention to all of these things and tap into the intellectual base of the party. You know, at the young level,
role of national youth organizer needs to be
go to the campuses. There are so many quality people there.
We actually met a lot of them there.
You know, engage them, find out what their views are. And I'm sure if you do that, you will not need to make a case as to whether we should make the youth organizer younger or we should make him older. People will flow with you. And that is how you win the trust of the people. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But the other issue, I don't know if you want to touch on it.
The other rejected motion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's to shift the supervision of polling station and electoral area elections from constituency officers to the regional constituency. They rejected it outright. I think their reasoning is, you know, it's for them. They know the people. They're with the people. Why should it be given to the regional committee? And so under that motion, the regional executives would appoint independent supervisors, excluding existing local party officials from managing the process of the album and all of that, and they rejected it outright. So that was a big no for them.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow. So overall, you say it was a huge success.
It was a huge success. I was actually impressed with the time they ended, to be honest.
So what was and very briefly before you go, what was the former vice president doing? You know, after his work, he was doing what? So it was, I thought he was doing unity or something.
Yeah, love and then unity.
So love and unity.
Yes, and they need it.
And I hear each time he does it, the whole stadium is singing.
It was lovely to see and witness.
But why didn't they let Kennedy and Brian?
Because they are not vice presidents, or haven't been yet. Right. Yeah, so we're going to from our correspondence segment where we're talking about vaping. It seems to be a trend among the youth. It's growing. Is it safe? Is it not? Let's watch this.
Jerome, a young man in his early 20s, has adopted a daily ritual, smoking what he calls amnesia, a herbal substance he believes is more beneficial than vaping. To him, it's more than just a habit, it's a lifestyle, one he claims can even enhance physical well-being.
For your body to get if you want to have your color, yes, you can smoke it.
So do you smoke the amnesia yourself?
Yes.
How often?
Oh, every day.
But Jerome's confidence marks a deeper issue, one affecting a generation caught between evolving definitions of health, image, and addiction. Across the country, a silent epidemic is growing. Vaping, once intended as a smoking cessation tool, has become an alluring trend, especially among the youth. Sleek flavored devices are now as common as smartphones among teens and young adults.
Actually finding out that, you know, most of the youth, some of the youth are coming up with this e-cigarette. You know, when you say e-cigarette is probably the electronic form of vaping. So it's electronic nicotine device. It also contains some other dangerous substances like formaldehyde, which causes cancer. So what they do is that there is fluid that is burnt with these devices, and when they inhale the aerosol, and when they inhale it, it gives those things like you get from the normal cigarette. Just that when you look at cigarettes, there's a lot of chemicals more than the e-cigarette. So it's becoming, from the way it looks so fine. You know, we have the flavors, we have the candy, we have the pineapple, we have the watermelon. So it looks very nice.
For Emanuela and her peers, many of whom are yet to begin tertiary education, the trend is worrying. What once seemed harmless is now a source of concern in schools and homes.
They want to study. Some people think that if you take it, maybe you study, you'll be able to coach you. That's what they think. You feel good. and peer pressure.
So you just get that from them. We can't just go and advise them because we are SHS students and they're uni.
Originally invented in 2003 by Chinese pharmacist Hon Lek, who was inspired by the loss of his father to smoking-related illness, vapes were meant to help smokers quit. But over time, the invention shifted from a cessation tool to a pop culture symbol embraced by younger generations around the world. Certified addiction counselor Charles Kwacho sees firsthand the toll vaping and substance use take on young people. He works daily with individuals battling cravings, withdrawal symptoms, and fractured family relationships.
I work at the counseling unit, and I mean, those who come, I mean, like I said, they use it in combination with other substances. So somebody comes in with maybe the cannabis addiction, maybe alcohol addiction, then he also uses cigarette, and maybe the e-cigarette. So they come in combination with using the multiple substance use. Come for counseling, so we take them through comprehensive counseling therapies here. Then, I mean, we also do like detox. There's a detox, something medical detoxification that we do for them initially. So they go through comprehensive treatment. But those who just come in and probably they want to stop just only the e-cigarette and those, like I said, you see that we do that reducing regime sometimes. Maybe probably take them through therapy.
He is urging the government to expand access to recovery centers, emphasizing the need for affordable youth-focused addiction services to counter the rising public health threats.
What I will ask the government is that they should look at the youth when it comes to addiction or probably substance use, maybe the education. I always advocate that we should have a TV station where we have a TV station for the police. We should have a channel for like just giving talk on substances that everybody can just do. Any therapist can from any hospital can have the time and talk about it. And then you should have drop-in centers in the communities. There's a drop-in center where a young person can go there and ask for help. But the government should also build, rehabilitation centers whose prices are low than the ones that we have now.
They look trendy and harmless, but health experts warn it's becoming a disturbing trend among the youth. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Patricia Boyd.
Right, so that's the surge in vaping among the youth in Ghana. Joining us to discuss this issue, this growing issue, is Dr. Annie Gazy. She is an addictive behavior specialist with a psychology background. Hi, Dr. Gazy, how are you doing?
Good morning, Eno. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you're well.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you both? I hope you're doing well.
We're well. We're doing well. Or
yeah.
I shouldn't speak for us.
You can speak for me. Eno speaks for me, actually. It's fine.
Because I did mention Jude saying, so I understand him being quiet.
I'm well, but I just
well.
got a little bit more disappointed after going through the report we just watched.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr. Gazy, there's a belief that vaping is safer than cigarettes. Is that true?
It's not true. I mean, that was how it was promoted. And for years and years, I think around 2010, that is when it became big. And in order for people to shift from cigarettes to e-cigarettes, which is the vaping, they had to promote it that way for people to feel that, oh, it's just a vape coming out and nothing else, vapor coming out, and it's not, there's nothing. But we have to remember that it's got nicotine in it. And even recent times, not just nicotine, having worked in the prison and other areas, people sneak all sorts in. You've got weed, you've got all sorts of substances in there. But it entices people, especially the youth, the younger ones, because of the flavor. Because you've got strawberry, vanilla, whatever you want, you can get. So it's very fruity, or, it's got that lovely smell. So when you're next to somebody, they don't actually get what is, all they can smell is this nice flavor. But actually, it's more dangerous. Right from the start, some of us in the addiction field, we did talk about it. We did comment that this is going to be a problem in the near future. And I don't think that research was done extensively around that time. It's a bit like other things that we've had recently, but I'm not going to go into that and create any controversies. But within a short space of time, people were like, oh, we have to let people vape instead. But it's not safe at all, because it's got all sorts of psychological as well as physical health issues, complications that go with it.
What are the known health risks associated with vaping? Is it similar to that of smoking cigarettes?
Oh, definitely, because your lungs are affected. But some of the paramount coming from the psychology point of view, I've got to comment on that more. But we look at, because initially when people vape, what it does is give them that, that buzz that makes them feel like it's a stimulant and makes them feel on a different level. Or they think that it helps them with their confidence, it helps them with their self-esteem, it helps them to function, and it's also a trend. But what they don't realize is that initially it increases the dopamine, the dopamine chemical in the brain, and that is the reward system. So you feel it gives you that feel good, but after a while you crash. And what tends to happen is depression sets in, and the anxiety level, even for somebody who doesn't suffer from anxiety, that can cause some level of anxiety. It also creates stress with people, sleeplessness, restlessness, lots of different issues, mood and memory issues as well with them. And then the physical side or the medical side, which I don't like talking about because I'm not a medic, it's also to do with, like we said, the what do you call it, the lungs and all sorts in the body as well. So we cannot say that this is safe, and we cannot say that we encourage it, but it's become a trend because of how I always say that advertising and marketing, it's very, very big. And when you advertise that in young people, people want to feel that they belong. If you're young, you want to feel that you're just like everyone else, or what people are doing, because maybe you live in a neighborhood or you're in a college or a school and others are doing it. In order to be part of them, and it's just like the old-fashioned smoking. You go to workplaces, those who smoke, now it's gone down. What they do is they congregate. Oh, we're going for a cigarette break. Yeah, some people call it fag break. We're going for a fag break. And you see them about 6 or 7, congregate, chatting, and then that's their time where they kind of in a mini way network or socialize. So it's similar with young people as well. If you belong to that family, you're one of us. But if you don't, then you're isolated. I'm not saying for everybody, but this is the trend and people have hooked onto it. And can I just say that it's not just Ghana? I'm not saying that to make people feel that it's acceptable. It's not acceptable, but it's worldwide. And in some places like America and Europe, and that 1 in 5 youths are using it, are vaping. And it's not healthy for them, because we have to remember that the brain is still developing until about the age of 25. So if this is happening, then obviously nicotine and whatever you're putting in your system, vaping is going on, then some serious damage is being done to the brain. So we have to keep encouraging people not to vape.
Let's talk about those who've entered into it and now are addicted. What are the options available for them in terms of dealing with the addiction and eventually, getting themselves free from the claws of these e-cigarettes we're talking about?
Thank you, Jude. That's a very, very good question, because we talked about the preventative of not even getting into it, but also we can't rule out people who are in it already. What do we do? I think there was a gentleman talking, I didn't read his title or what he does, but he said we need places like drop-in centers. We need places where people, I think our issue or our challenge with Ghana is most services are paid services. Not everybody can pay. And also we have to remember that there are young people who are vaping whose parents don't know, or they hide it from their parents or their guardians or carers, people around them, or maybe even in the school they hide it from teachers or whoever is around, head teachers and that. So if there's a center or places, because that's what other countries have done, places where the young person can just call, maybe a helpline or something, and this is their main objective is you can call and get support. You can call and somebody will talk to you, or you can walk into this center, you don't have to pay anything, and just get that advice. So our health centers and the government institutions, or even clinics, the health ministry can actually subsidize some funds, so that even if it's just one person sitting there, because that's what we did with smoking cessation. So you have smoking cessation clinics. So we can have vaping cessation clinics where you just go in for advice and also how to deal with it, because it's similar to all other addictions. It's got withdrawal symptoms. If somebody says, okay, that's it, I'm not smoking anymore, or you're my child, I don't want you to smoke anymore, it's okay for you to say that, But you have to remember that they can even go into seizure depending on what they are smoking and how much they're vaping. Because we're talking about e-cigarettes here. So we need professionals who would actually set. And then I think sometimes I say this thing on air just like that. Some people like ourselves or myself, I'm ready to champion something like this in Ghana where I would have the support of the Ministry of Health or whoever is responsible for to say that we will open clinics across the country, regional level, so young people can come in and talk. And programs like this that promote and also educate the community about what is right and what is wrong can say, if you go to this center in Accra, or if you go to City TV, or if you go to this place or that place, there are people there to talk to you. Or every 4 p.m., if you go to Accra Mall, this is just an example, there's somebody sitting at maybe Bank A, and they're going to be there for 2 hours. Go and talk to them. And also we have information and everything. It may be even healthcare professionals are there as well with patches, because we have nicotine patches. So we don't look at just the psychological side as well. We look at the physical or the medical side, because we can use patches like we use for cigarettes. So instead of smoking or vaping, in order to counteract the withdrawal, you can have patches. Then you can have the therapy. And as you both know already, I'm up for hypnotherapy. That also appeals to the brain and to the brain chemicals directly. So if it's something that has gone on and it's become an addiction, why don't we tackle it from that angle? So it's a combination of.
Interesting.
And also having support around you. Sorry, Jude.
Doc, I've heard, and there's a message coming in from a viewer right now on X, and he wants to find out if you can vape or you can use the vape or the e-cigarette without nicotine. It's actually there are nicotine-free vapes around which can be used, and it wants to find out if it's generally safer to use.
At the moment, everywhere, countries or places or health organizations are trying to stop people from vaping. So if you say, ones that have not got nicotine, if they don't have nicotine, they have something more harmful. Because the whole idea is to feed the reward system. The whole idea is, that's why I said, it might not be nicotine, but it might be weed. It might be something else, another substance. It might be an opiate, something else that would have an effect. Because the whole idea is something in it that causes an effect, that causes change in your behavior or in how you feel. So I can't sit here and say, if you go and look for, do you want to vape water, but you're just inhaling something into your system. So I would rather educate on just try not to vape. That's what I would say. And if you vape a lot, let's say 4, 5, 6, whatever, 10 a day, if you can start by reducing, just like we do with alcohol and any other substances. So if you're vaping 10 times a day, maybe reduce to 8, then 6, 7, all the way down. Then your body can gradually adjust to. Because if you're vaping that much, that means you are dependent. You've developed dependency on vaping, on nicotine, or whatever is in your e-cigarette. So gradually, but if you're struggling, go and see your doctor, go and see a specialist, go to an addiction center, and then speak to somebody who can guide you and support you. So please, if you're watching or you know someone, then just go and say, stop vaping. Some people are okay, just like everything else, but we have to be mindful that there are some people who would stop and they will have severe withdrawals, they have seizures, anything can happen. So just wean yourself off gradually. And then just like maybe if you used to smoke before, I'm sure once upon a time you were smoking 40 cigarettes and gradually you cut down. So you can cut down gradually and come off it. But I'm not going to promote vaping. No, I wouldn't say this is safe.
Dr. Annie, talking about dependency, is there anything in particular that, parents or perhaps teachers can look out for in the youth when they start vaping or when they become addicted to it?
Yeah. Behavior patterns. If somebody used to be very quiet and suddenly they are talking a lot, or they are, I don't want to use the word, but I'll say misbehaving. That's a simple way of saying in class, or they are disruptive, they are not concentrated, or the opposite. They used to be very chatty, answering questions, and they are not. Or they come to class and they are sleepy. Also, I always say, parents, know your children. Spend more time with them. Get to understand them. Get also, for me, the most important things. Who are your children's friends? And then also teachers. what is going on around you during lunchtime or break time or whatever? What are you seeing? What are the patterns that you're seeing? And also sometimes people will drop out of a particular school or college and they'll come and hang around. Are the young people hanging around in places they are not supposed to? Are your children coming home late? Or sometimes you see that as soon as you knock on your child's door or you open the door, they quickly, jump or why are you not telling me that you're coming here? They're hiding things. Once in a while, just sneak in. I give you permission. Sneak into your child's room when they've gone to school and just have a little look around. Do you see droplets of whatever that you're not sure? What is this? What does it look like? The smell and all that, or a bottle or, anything. Look in the bin. Are they putting things in the bin that shouldn't be in the bin? Like the e-cigarette, I don't know, bottles or cylinders or whatever they call them. Do you see strange things around the house? Also, when the cleaners and that in the school, do they see things that, they need to talk about? So it's about us monitoring, but not monitoring in such a way that it becomes like people feel frustrated and, you are in their space all the time, but in a decent way. And also let's have conversations. These school assemblies and that, let's incorporate that in it. That maybe every Monday you've got a school assembly or whatever. Get one person, it could be a specialist or one teacher who will decide that, I'm interested in addictive behavior or mental health or whatever. So that is their area. Even if they just show slides or just talk about it for 10 minutes and then people can ask questions, that's okay. You don't have to be a specialist in the area, but you can read about it and educate people. Or talk to people like myself, who, just like I'm sitting here this morning, can you come and give us a talk for 10 minutes? Or can we do it online? Whatever. These days, society has developed so much that there are so many ways of communicating. So yeah, let's utilize that.
Dr. Annie, you were talking about that our brain functions don't, fully develop till we're like 25. So how does vaping affect the youth's brain function or even the ability for the brain to develop?
We're putting in substances that we shouldn't, because we've got natural brain chemicals and that, the dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, and all. We have so many chemicals, thousands and thousands, if maybe others would say millions. And these are all natural. So when you take in what you're not supposed to take in, what it does is that you're creating an addiction or you're changing your brain, how your brain should function. So let's just say dopamine functions as a reward, makes you feel good, makes you feel like you've done something and then says positive things to you. And we've got serotonin, that is the happy brain that makes you feel happy and all that. And then you've got something else that I will call it, let me say synthetic or a fake version of it. So let's say you're vaping, and when you vape, you feel good and you feel maybe you feel like I've got confidence now. I can talk to people. I can function. I can go out and be a public speaker. I can do this and that. That should tell you that something is not right. Because if you're struggling with your confidence and that, there are people to talk to, or there are ways of managing that. Instead of somebody say, let me take a little bit of alcohol and, it gives me confidence to do things. But you have to ask yourself, this is a synthetic version of whatever that is natural in the brain already. So if something is missing, then maybe you need whatever, an anxiety or anti-anxiety medication or depression medication, or you need to talk to a therapist, to ascertain exactly what is going on, instead of assuming that by taking these things, because the thing is, for short term, it's going to be fine. You get the buzz and the excitement and all that, but you have to remember that as time goes along and you develop tolerance, you would need them every day to function. That's why when you see people, some of these addicts we see, whether vaping or any other drugs or alcohol, not because they want to use them, but they've gotten to the point where they use it to cope with everyday life. It's become part of them. And without that, they feel anxious. Without that, they can't sleep. Without that, they can't go to work or they can't go to school. But it's just like maybe before you were vaping one and that gives you the buzz. A time comes when you develop that tolerance level, you need 2. Then 2 is not enough, you need 3. Then it gets to a point where it's 10. So without it, you can't really function. So it's not about the excitement or whatever. In order to be able to, the functionality of it is, you need it to function. So that is where it's altered the brain. So then you need to work on it, both psychologically and medically, to make it function the way that naturally it's supposed to function.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Doc, help me through this too as well. You've spoken a lot about the role of parents and guardians to also incorporate teachers at school. Now, I want to push you a little bit to also talk to us about the role of the state in making sure that the youth do not end up on the casualty list. And I'm choosing my words carefully because we have a lot of youth-centered programs, right? We have a whole authority, a national authority with a CEO and many, many workers over there. What should be the focus of the, even now we have a youth minister, as well. What should be the focus of the state in ensuring that the youth are safeguarded against the ills of some of these things we are discussing?
Right. Yeah. That sounds very, very good. The thing is, I'm learning some of these things myself as you're telling me about the bodies that actually exist in Ghana. So I'll say thank you for that education. We all are responsible for, it's just like when they ask the question about safeguarding and health and safety, who is responsible for that? At work or at school or in a community. Everybody is responsible for that. But that is why we have heads, we have leaders, we have ministers, we have head of whatever, CEOs and all that who are responsible for all of us, everybody. So my thing is that in situations like this where it's become a thing in the community, a big thing in the community, we need to also make room. So maybe they have objective or aims for this year. That this year we're just going to tackle, I'm just saying, let's say stimulants. Or we're just going to tackle, I just want to mention anything, it's not coming to me, but a particular drug. That's good, you've got that. But then when there's something else trending, it's just like any other whatever, if there's an outbreak of a disease, no matter what the health ministry or whatever your agenda is for the year, that particular issue also needs to come on top. That is when a body or a group of people, a committee need to be set as soon as possible to say, actually, even though we've got this, but this is what we're dealing with. Because in my field, sometimes we are dealing with everyday issues. Then suddenly there's an outbreak of maybe a new diazepam or a new whatever that people are using different things to mix and sell them. Straight away we go to that and we start doing our education things, going out, campaigning, making sure that telling everybody, sending emails, just to say that, listen, pharmacists, be careful, this is out there. Drug whatever, pharmaceuticals, because people are mixing your drugs and making it a copy of it, pretending that it is what it is, and people are taking it and this is the outcome of it. So please be mindful, and also to schools and everything, to let them know that if you see a child taking a white substance or a white tablet or whatever, please investigate, because maybe it's not what they're taking, and also ask them where they're taking from. So I don't want to drift off, but this is what I think that, I believe that we should be working on, that you are a body that sits on top of all other bodies, communities, whatever. So it's their responsibility to ensure that that bit is taken on. That as soon as something like we're talking about, it's a big thing in Ghana, what are we doing about it? Okay, this committee, two of you are responsible for Central Region, you're responsible for Eastern Region, this, that. But you come together every week and this is the agenda. And what are we going to do? We're going to educate the hospitals. We're going to educate the youth centers, and we're also going to educate the schools. So we have outreach workers who go to the schools and talk to the schools and provide them with information and materials to be able to, they go to the prison, because this will be an outbreak in the prisons as well. Sorry, I talk about prisons a lot because that's my specialty. So I like talking about the police stations, wherever that you know that they deal with the public, you educate them, but there should be a body whose responsibility is any new thing coming through.
All right, Dr. Gezi,
like natural disaster.
Just very two quick questions, brief.
Yes.
Then we ended there. Will you call for a ban, an outright ban, to say that, the state should say that it's becoming a menace. For which reason we need to ban e-cigarettes in Ghana to save the youth? Why not? Interesting. But when you call for the ban, also put systems in place. It's easy for you to say, oh, I'm banning it. But then, like we said, there are people who are already addicted. What are we doing with that? So when you are creating this or starting something, please make sure that you also have a solution to it.
So you ban it today. What do we do with people who are already using? So we need to have centers. I'll go back to the gentleman, what he said about the fact that there should be places, there should be a lead on that. Who is the leader leading on all of this, ensuring that if I'm not going to vape, because that was what happened with cigarettes. It's like, oh, we don't want cigarettes anymore. No this, no that. So we bring in vaping. So that was, like, okay, now you can't smoke cigarettes, but you can vape because it's safe.
Interesting.
Now vaping is not safe. What are we providing? Are we providing centers? Are we providing patches? What is it that can actually safeguard these young people or everybody in society? So we need to put something in place before we ban, because if we do that, it will be like everything else. People will sell it in corners, and they'll even be more dangerous, because that means that the legalized ones are not in the system. So people will make their own substitute, and that'll be very dangerous, and we'll hear some really serious things happening in our society.
Wow, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Anigezi. Wow, a wealth of experience and insights into this really important conversation. And I want to, very quickly, I want to believe you would say same for the use of opioids and also the shisha. I don't know if you've come across the shisha as well, but
definitely it's very, very no. Shisha is not. It's not friendly. Put it that way. So
exactly. Wow. And for opioids, because I think we are getting to a point where we are reaching a near crisis situation, because you see some of these young people on the streets. The young boys, some of them not in proper employment, and they call it red. It's some kind of pill. And they take it, and they are just...
It's red, okay.
It's a menace. But thank you so much for your time, Dr. Gezi. We'll put out the word so those responsible for ensuring that these things do not fester, are minded to get back to do the business of safeguarding the youth. I'm so grateful for your time this morning, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Enjoy yours, Doc.
You too, Doc.
Thank you.
It's a very serious situation, right? And I think government helped when they started this Stop the Red campaign, right? And the National Youth Authority CEO, Osman Ayariga, together with the sector minister, George Opariado, they played a very key role. And I think it brought down the rate at which the use of this red pill was going. Of course, we saw the health ministry also moving swiftly. The sector minister, Minta Kando, in fact, they seized a whole consignment of red, drugs, the red pill, and they destroyed it. So they put out a very firm approach in making sure that it didn't become a menace. Now, we've not seen same with the use of the vapes and the e-cigarette.
And they're so readily available.
If you go to Osu in the night, every place, young people are there smoking. They're either smoking something, or they are smoking something.
Or they're inhaling the balloon.
Yeah, and they are exactly. We didn't even touch on the balloon, right? Where we are also told that they have this nicotine filler. They put it in balloon, and so it's fast becoming a health crisis.
Yeah.
And these are productive people. The manpower base, the human resource base, right? We pride ourselves in being the foreign affairs minister met his counterpart from Serbia, Marko Duric, at an event, and he was talking, and that's Kujata Blakwa, and he made reference to the fact that in Serbia, if you look at their demographics, right, the age, it's an aging population.
Yeah.
So according to the Serbian government, they are willing to give 100,000 work permits for young people from different parts of the world to come in and work in Serbia, earn a living, that kind of thing. And the foreign affairs minister was saying in Africa and in Ghana, we are rather younger population.
Yeah.
So young people from Ghana will take advantage of those opportunities. And you are wondering, the young people are smoking their lungs out, right? So I'm just making a point to say that we pride ourselves in being a very young population. The energy is there, the human resources there. And take nothing away from the Ghanaian youth. They are really smart. They are really sharp in every area, sports, tech, business. I look at some of my friends who work in the banks, right? And these are really smart people. But it will shock you that some of these people who are in even proper corporate working jobs even use some of these substances more than anyone else. So I think that government should pay attention to this, particularly the health and the youth ministry. They need to work together, find some common ground with regards to the approach to make sure that we don't have a vaping crisis on our hands in the near future. Interesting, Eno. So we'll take a break now. That's if you don't have anything to share on the red. People are still talking about red.
Sending messages, yeah.
We'll take a quick break. When we are back, there's a lot more right here on Sunday Breakfast. Don't go away. We've seen your messages. We'll read them for you pretty shortly. We'll be back after this break. Don't go away.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild? Let's fix this together. Join the evolution. Join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8 at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference. It's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
Still on the old My DSTV app? Time to make the switch. And yes, it's as easy as it sounds. Just download the new My DSTV app and log in as you normally would. Everything you need is right there. Your account, your settings, your offers. It's a smoother way to pay, upgrade, reconnect, or clear errors. All in fewer steps. No hassle, just more control in less time. Download the new My DSTV app, made to make it easy.
Join us this week on the Upside Down Show as we sit with Professor Kobe Mensah, CEO of the Ghana Tourism Development Company. Congratulations to him on being promoted to full professor.
You have been paid to be a son. Yes. Really? So you're...
He recounts how his age denied him an opportunity, hence he changed his career path.
My dad was AGI chair in Takrady. They had a training for technical people, the sector people, gratis program. I took sleeper from Takrady to Kumasi. When we went to do the registration, the man said I'm too young. It was computer aided design, CAD. I remember very well. And I was so passionate about it that I wanted to do. He said I'm too young, he's not allowing it.
GTDC will no longer suffer, he says.
I'm driving GTDC to digital, making sure that we are moving into the innovation space. We are building what we call Ghana Tourism Marketplace and then Ghana Tourism Investment Platform.
GTDC has, ever since we've known them, been struggling.
Absolutely.
Why?
We are no longer going to struggle.
Don't miss this episode, airing this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For Level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or City FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to level 2 and go on to win level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana Cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
Welcome back to Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. I'm here with Eno Safo. Just gone by, we spent some time talking through addictive behavior, specifically vaping and the use of e-cigarettes with Dr. Anigezi, who is a behavioral, psychologist, let me put it that way. But it's now time for our health and nutrition segment. Joining us in studio is our registered dietitian and very regular on this show, Ifwa Insia Nomanyo, but we like to call her Enna on the show purposely because she brings out her motherly things. And today she's going to feed us. So, Mother, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank
our
you.
Food is making me excited. You should be bringing more foods. Amazing. And we are continuing the conversation on how to properly plan a healthy plate.
Sure.
Right? And I'm sure today you'll be taking us through portion control and things.
Sure.
Amazing. Maybe just a recap of what we started last week, then we see going to the kinky in front of us today.
Great. So last week we started a good discussion on my plates, how to plan a plate. Basically meaning whatever you have on your plates should be a well-planned food, should be balanced because nutrition is health, nutrition is life. So whatever you are ingesting is supposed to support good health and healing process if you're unwell. So the food should be balanced. It means it should have all the components of a balanced meal. You should have the starchy carbohydrate, non-starchy carbohydrate, that's the vegetables. You should have your protein. You should have your fat and oil, basically. And it should be at the right portion that supports good weight and good health. So we learned that the half of the plate should be vegetables and fruits. I always emphasize that we do more fruits, more vegetables than fruits. Then the other half, we divide it further into two. We have the protein side, and then we have the fats and oil, okay, with the starchy carbohydrates, okay. So basically into two. When you have it into two, you have the this side being your vegetables and your fruits, this side being your starchy carbohydrate, that is if it is fufu or bangkun, it should be here. Then your protein should be here. Then there should be fat and oil aside because it should be well thought of so that you don't choose any source of oil or you don't ignore. Sometimes trying to eat healthy, we ignore fats. But fat is an essential part of your meal. So if your dietitian or doctor hasn't asked you to reduce fat or eliminate fat. Please don't. You can rather reduce and ensure that you have the right amount of fat in your meal to make your food very balanced. Okay. So today we are going to demonstrate, and I chose kinky and its accompaniments. Normally we will love our kinky with fish, pepper, and vegetables. So it's a good illustration. I wanted to do fufu. Next time I come, I'll do fufu.
I'll do the awaka for you. If you're laughing because you are surprised, or you're laughing because you don't believe I can do it.
I don't believe it.
I'm offended. I'm really offended. I'll do it for you, and I'm not even joking. But please go on.
Okay, so I bought kinky.
Yeah.
And this is how I was served with the kinky. And it is a bit disturbing because...
I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there, but please go on.
These days, our kinky is always wrapped in rubber, and they cook it in the rubber. This one, I guess she didn't cook it in the rubber. But most of the time, by the time they serve you the kinky, the rubber is wet and very hot.
Yeah, some of them even feels melted.
Yes, and that is very dangerous. We were all fighting against fanti kinky being wrapped in the rubber before it goes into the leaves. We made all the noise campaign, and now most of the vendors cook the fanti kinky without rubber. And Ga kinky, after they have wrapped it in the leaves, thank God, they make sure it is in the rubber, making portioning. I don't know the concept, whether to protect the portion or whatever reason it is. This is deadly.
It's very wrong.
Yes. Now you are making your healthy food now very unhealthy, very poisonous, because the chemicals, and because it is concentrated with, if you are cooking about 100 or 150 balls in a pot, you can imagine boiling for the period it will be on fire. And you know, the liquid around the kinky, what's the name? We have a name for it.
Yes, the guy have a name.
Yes, when we were small, it is a porridge, and it is very, very, very good, very healthy.
They said the guys call it poponsu.
Okay,
but there's another tree name for it too. You know, back in the day, they'll add sugar and even drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was young, anytime I was feverish, my grandma would get me that and put some ginger in it, and 2 days we are good.
Yeah.
But now you can't drink that.
Because you'll be drinking rubber.
Yes, yes. So I am using this to draw attention that our kinky should be kinky. We should go back to the days where food was very healthy. And this is a portion.
It's big.
It's a little big for somebody, but for me, this portion is good for me. So I'm using myself. So this is my portion, okay? Then this is the portion.
The tissue as your divider, right?
Yes, the tissue as my divider, because I'm doing the half. And this is my fish. Okay. My fish, I chose the oily fish. This is tilapia. So I emphasize that we should pay attention to the type of oil or the type of fats we are getting from our meal. This has no fats, but this has fats. I fried it in a shallow oil, making sure that I don't destroy the good fat in the tilapia. Tilapia is an oily fish. It's very healthy. But when we grill it for long, we expose the good oil in the fish to prolong heating, making it exceed its burning point. That makes it unhealthy. So the way we fry or grill our tilapia is very, very essential for good health. So we will choose the fancy way if you can.
Yeah. Let me just ask you, Portia, then ask you a question. So are you saying that if we are going to eat our fish, because there's already oil in our fish, the best approach is not necessarily to fry it, is to grill it, but we shouldn't grill it for long?
So you can grill it, but don't grill it for long. When grilling, don't bait it with a lot of oil.
Okay.
You know, when we are doing shitolo,
Yeah.
or yes, we bath the fish. In catering, you say baiting. You in an attempt not to make it burn or whatever, we will add a lot of oil to it.
Yeah.
That destroys the good oil in the fish.
I see the kebab sellers do that a lot
A
too.
lot, yes, yes. That makes it unhealthy because it has its own good oil already. So leave it on the grill under a low heat. You see it's juicing, okay? It will bring out a little oil. You can use it to bake. Better still, if you have a little oil, just smear it at the initial stage. On a low heat, you will have a good. But because mostly we put it on a high heat and we bait it with a lot of oil, at the end of the day, there's supposed to be a healthy fish comes out very unhealthy because the good fat has been destroyed. Same with salmon, same with dry fish. One day we will talk about dry fish, okay? But today, emphasis is on the fact that this fish, being tilapia, I want to preserve the oil, the good fats on my plate. So I did shallow fried. I fried. I didn't do deep frying. That makes it absorb a lot of
the oil.
Yes.
So can I taste it to see the
You
difference?
will.
We'll get it.
You will.
Yes, we'll get it.
Okay.
We'll get it.
So let's say that if I hadn't used this type of fish and I have gone for red fish or any other fish that is not oily, then I would have needed another source of fats, that is avocado. That is the immediate or the simple fats added to kinky that make it gel.
Okay.
All sorts of good fats will not balance.
Okay.
I can't add nuts to this. So avocado works well.
And it has enough oil in there as well.
Yes, so I'll use the right portion and I'm good to go, okay? Apart from tilapia, you can use herrings, okay? You can use catfish or the oily fish and you are good to go. Then I am going for my pepper. This is where most of us want to use just a little pepper. Don't forget we are supposed
We are planning a plate.
Yes, so half of your plate should be vegetables. So this is how I want my vegetables. Yes.
But have you not added too much salt to dilute the effect or efficacy of the vegetables?
Too much salt? No. This is adequate salt. Okay, so after you have washed your vegetables with salt, you know, normally when you buy vegetables from the markets, you have to wash it 3 times. The first water without salt, the second water with salt. The third water, if you are on a low salt, you have to wash away the salt, okay? So the third water should be without salt.
Okay.
You can use vinegar, just a little vinegar, okay? But if you are on a normal salt, then your third water should also have a little salt to enhance the taste of your vegetables.
And now for most people, this pepper is too much. You know, people take their kinky and then they'll dip it in.
Yes, so we are not taking a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
So pepper should not be a boom.
It should be eaten.
It should be in.
Yeah.
You see, in the Fantaland there is in and there is a boom.
Yeah.
So kenke should be in titin. We should be able to take our kenke and then tin a boom or tin the pepper and then eat with it. So it should be in titin. Okay. We shouldn't dip. Otherwise, you enjoy the kenke and you will not have the vegetables to support good health. vegetables are supposed to support good health. So this is when you go and buy, they will give you this and you are okay. Yeah. But ensure that you are getting a lot so that intentionally, so this is half my plate.
Wow.
Yes.
It means that we've been eating kinky wrong our whole life.
Wrongly. So how we eat it doesn't support good health. So when I have this and I have this, trust me, start eating this. So I stir-fried my vegetables so that it will make it tasty with just a little ginger and garlic. So for cardio health, we should be lovers of garlic, okay? It's very good for the heart. So on a normal day, I'll grind my pepper with a little ginger and garlic to enhance the taste, but I don't do that for everybody. Antioxidants, you have a lot of antioxidants in the ginger, and garlic also for good cardio health. You see, food should be eaten for life, for health. So all the components, all the ingredients we have that support good health, try to introduce them in your meal. This I give to even the macho man who needs to eat 2 bowls and might not be able to finish his 2 bowls if he starts eating the vegetables. And you still have. So this also, I introduce a little oil here, a little fat. So I fried it with, this one has coconut oil. But on a normal day, I'll use olive oil to saute my vegetables with ginger and garlic so that it is tasty, okay? So I will start eating my vegetables and my fish before I go to the kinky.
Makes sense.
So that if I should be full. If I should leave anything out, I should leave some of my kinky out. But these ones, I need them for my guts to be able to sit on the pots and not struggle, to be able to have the nutrient, the micronutrient that will support my skin, my knee, my eye. I have them all in the vegetables. So I should go for the vegetables first, have my protein for my muscles, and also for other function of the body, and have my starchy carbohydrate, which have some of the micronutrient, but has too much calories for me. Okay, so I am not doing weight loss. If someone is doing weight loss, then you might want to reduce your kinky based on your dietitian's instructions.
Yeah.
So you can eat fufu, you can eat kenke, you can eat kokonte. It is all about portioning. Unless you have an organ issue that cannot process any food. Otherwise, healthy foods doesn't do a lot of elimination. We only eliminate the unhealthy ingredients. But starchy carbohydrates are very essential for good plate as well. So this is my plate. Half
and
vegetables.
What's in that other bowl? Is that a tomato?
Oh, I left out my tomatoes. That is more vegetables for you to make it more colorful and introduce more freshness. So most of the time, when you have this should be your meal. And tell me.
It looks good.
Are you not going to be full?
You'll be full.
Most of the time, they'll tell you, I met a doctor friend yesterday who has to see a dietitian.
The doctor has to see a dietitian.
The doctor has to see a dietitian. And he came to me, said, Anna, I love my rice. Don't tell me to take away this, take away that, take away this. But you know, we don't take away anything, especially when your organs are intact and you only have to do weight loss or you only have to do healthy eating. We only will check the quantities and introduce the vegetables. Ghanaians, we don't like vegetables. They will tell you, there are some statements you need to say it in our language for us to fail. This is not Inra. This is health.
These are vegetables.
These are, yes, and our grandmothers use them. My grandmother, I always say, lived to be more than 120. she was 123. And even after her death, we realized that her age mates was 136. So then we realized we reduced.
She was probably been older.
So and she will eat her abom. When we go to the farm, I used to go to the farm with her. We will use the herbs from the cassava. In the farm, we will do a fresh one. She will eat one apem or two and eat a lot of the abom, and we'll add a little palm oil to it. That is healthy.
That's healthy.
Okay, we didn't have a lot of protein, but she will burn, and she will have, one day we will talk about her. Okay, but this is a healthy plate, and it is not because we are Ghanaians, so we don't like vegetables. It is because we have learned the wrong way for a long time.
There's a question here. It says, it starts with please. I don't know what is wrong with me. I feel like sleeping anytime I finish eating, whether it's tea or banku, and irrespective of the time, hot or cold, until I sleep for 2 minutes, I'll become lazy throughout the day. And that's from Kujo.
I have the same problem. I love Kinke, I love Banku. I love, I used to love Milo. And if she's talking about tea, maybe she's talking about Milo. That will make you a little drowsy after. Kinke, the fermentation.
Okay.
So now I do akple. Okay, that hasn't gone through any fermentation. So pay attention to your body. If you realize that when you go for fermented foods, you will easily sleep, then go for an alternative if there is. There is akple, there is millets, banku, that we don't, this has to go through 3 days of soaking. So yes, so some even have to go more. So that's
another one here. This one they really need your advice. I've been covering my rice with rubber whenever I feel some of them are hard. Should I stop?
Yes, my dear, stop. Cover your rice with leaves. So whenever we go shopping, let's buy the green leaves, okay?
I see people use napkins too.
Oh no, you washed your napkin with soap, no matter how you rinse it, okay? Some of us will rinse it with lemon, okay? So when I'm doing mass cooking, and jollof can be difficult, you need the steam. Yes, still use a lot of leaves. And if you have to use napkin, make sure you rinse your napkin 3 times in lemon water, okay, to take away
the detergents.
Yes, and let it be on a 3rd layer of the leaves. Better still, you can do without the leaves. You can do without the napkin. Cover your rice with the leaves, and then put the lid, and use the napkin rather to cover the lid, okay? Or use a cling film to cover the lid after you have used a napkin. The steam is trapped. Your rice will be very nice, okay? So let's go for the leaves. And you know the leaves will introduce some flavor to your rice. That is very delicious, and some nutrients as well.
The way Jude is looking at the food, I think we should hand it over to him.
So
after this, and then you drink.
Yes. Especially this very good for women, pregnant women, children. After a meal that is this nutritious, let's take fruits. Either have orange or 1 orange. If you don't have orange, put lemon in your water. This is vitamin C in its whole state. And don't cut it, don't squeeze it minutes before the meal. Vitamin C has some reaction with the oxygen, and you will easily lose it, okay? So when it is squeezed there for long, you will lose some of the vitamin C. So after eating, you cut your orange, and if it is half, you can take. If you can take all, hooray. If you are adding this, because this is also calories, just leave a little. Even before you take this, Charlie, you are full already. So just leave a little of this, depending on your weight. For me, I am doing weight gain.
Wow. And then one final question, briefly, then we can go. Good morning, I'm a pregnant woman with high blood sugar. What should I eat to help reduce the sugar?
Okay. So, Mom, you have to work with your dietitian closely. Your dietitian will encourage you to eat more, eat like this. And we will be checking the quantity that is good for you. They will check your sugar level after 2 hours. So let's say if you eat this, after 2 hours, they will check your sugar level. If it is too high, they will ask you to reduce the starchy carbohydrates. Okay? So work closely with your dietitian. If you work closely, baby will be fine, you'll be fine. You might not have to be on insulin. But if you stick to your cravings, then you might get, yes. And the orange, because it will help with the absorption of the iron in the male. And for a pregnant woman and women, we need our iron stable, and for children as well.
All right,
people saw the kinky and they are sending messages.
Can we use any leaf to cover our eyes? We've done this before, like plantain leaf.
Yes, so you can go for the edible leaves. Okay, there are some leaves that cannot be used to cover food or that cannot be used with food. But the plantain leaves are the one we use to wrap our wache.
Is also there.
It's also there, yes.
Okay.
So I brought additional kinky.
For Eno and myself.
Normally, the men will want to go for 2 kinky.
Yes.
But I really wanted one man to try this. Maybe I'll do it on another show with
Jude.
Yes. So that you will try. No, a man who thinks he eats 2 kinky all the time.
The one step I'll struggle, but I'll try. It smells nice.
Yes. If you think you will need more.
So I'm going to eat this food so that next week I can review it.
Yes. So that we will always agree that it is not about 2 balls,
but it is about the balanced diet that you have.
It is about the vegetables that we always eliminate. So
start with vegetables and then
start with vegetables.
And we are so grateful for your time.
And add your fruits.
We won't forget to add our fruits. We are grateful for your time and we are grateful for the food. God bless you so much. That's what time will allow us for our segment with our nutritionist. We call her Ena. Today she's helped us how to properly plan a plate, taking us through the fact that it's important not to neglect your vegetables. So we'll be up on our YouTube. If you missed any part, you can go back and see for yourself the conversations that's happening on the show. We'll take a quick break. When we are back, the sports. Don't go away.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For Level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July, 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or City FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to Level 2 and go on to win Level 3, you will win 10,000 in Ghana City's cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
What's cooking? Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking, the show where we stare beyond meals.
What's going on here?
Me fish show.
My guest today is Nalamle. She is a communications and marketing expert. She's also the founder and CEO of many things.
So we're making what I call the Kobe jollof. The Aries in me just likes to go on an adventure.
Chef Kiki.
Yes.
I saw that you were working on some chicken. What were you doing with it?
So I was marinating the chicken so that we have all the seasoning flavors incorporated into it, and then when you put it in the oven, all the juices, the flavors, they burst out, and you have a better, meal. You'll be able to
imagine if Chef
better.
Kiki is your teacher. Oh my God, her voice is like music to my ears. Jollof, you can't just use any rice.
Otherwise it will show you pepper.
Literally.
What's
Oh
cooking?
my goodness.
Cause you're right on time. Yes, I'm right on time to eat some jollof.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom, Kivo Pepper, and Lily Rice.
Welcome. It's Play to Aid.
Get ready for the game show where every play has a purpose. Welcome to Play to Aid, the only game show where your knowledge and skill don't just win you prizes, they help change lives.
What sport is considered the most popular in the world?
Every point you earn goes toward real-world support, from school supplies to health kits, clean water to emergency relief. Play smart, play big, play to aid. Catch all the action, the drama, and the heat.
Most commonly spoken language in Brazil.
Portuguese. Play to aid every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Edna, let's begin.
The Play to Aid game show is proudly sponsored by Tank Palace, Giraffe Island, and VVIP.
What's better than your bestie? A bestie with blockbusters and bedtime cartoons. GoTV streams your fave soaps, sports, and the loudest laughs. No extra charge, just internet connection. Your shows, your vibes, your anytime, anywhere bestie. GoTV Stream. Download it now.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. We meet Jude Duncan. It's now time for sports. Gabi Affair, but we call him Gabi Milito in the Channel 1 newsroom, joins us on the show to give us the very latest. You forgive me that signature. If you forgive me.
The very latest.
Actually. My brother, it's always a pleasure to have you.
Charlie, good to see you, bro.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting. Is it 1 week already?
For
Oh, what are you asking me for?
Sorry.
My bro, there's been 1 week anniversary.
World champions, yeah.
Oh,
So today is exactly 1 week.
Yeah, before
Since
selling.
they won it.
I have come onto the show with my Chelsea jersey. I lose guard next time.
Yeah.
Wow. What are the big stories, sporting stories?
Everybody's talking about the Black Queens, their progression to the semi-finals. I think a lot of people did not expect that they would get to the stage. Myself, I was part of the people who thought that they will not reach this stage because of the time in which Kimlas Bjorgren took charge of the team. But I think yesterday one thing was clear on the part of the Black Queens, that they wanted to get to the semis, and they were coming up against a side that had considered 0 goals at the tournament, but also did not score much in the group stage. Talking about Algeria. Algeria just scored one goal in the group stage. 1-0 goalless draw against Tunisia, another goalless draw against Nigeria. But it meant that their defense was good, and progressing to the semis with 5 points was also good. So they were very satisfied with carrying the game to the semis. If you watch the game plan of the Algerians, it was clear. Just stay back, allow the Black Queens to play, attack them, stay compact, drag the game to extra, drag the game to penalties, and maybe win it. And we'd have to give props to the goalkeeper, Cynthia Conlon.
I was going to come to that.
Yes, 2 outstanding saves for the team. I know she has that quality because she's been doing it with her former side, that's Azake's lady. So it was very, very good to see the Black Queens. Before this game, we spoke about how Kim is supposed to move away from being expansive, throw a lot of bodies against the Algerians, like what we saw against South Africa, and then we managed to lose that game. But this time around, he learned a lot of things, and I think one of the things he's also learned is the introduction of some players he brought in. Stella Nyameche, people were not too satisfied with Kim's decision to keep her on the bench, and pushing Chantel Boylocker also up front, get her closer to the opponent's pool, and I think that's one thing that worked for us yesterday. So it's been good. We've got to the semi-finals for the first time in 2016. The last time we got to that stage, we lost to Cameroon, and then finished 3rd in that competition in 2016. Nigeria won it. And if you look at the 4 countries that have progressed to the WAFCON, they've all been to the semis or the finals in the last 9 editions that the tournament has been hosted.
You are the only ones who have not been.
We are the only ones who have not won it.
Won it.
Yes,
okay.
We've been to. We've not won. Yes, we've got to 1998. We got to the finals. We didn't win it. 2002 same. 2006 same. Morocco were then the last edition. They lost to South Africa. That was South Africa's first title. Nigeria they've won 9 out of the 13th edition of the WAFCON. So it means that they have 9 titles. And so it's not too surprising. So Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, and Morocco, they've all been to the semis or the finals. So they have a fair idea of how to get to these stages. And so it was good. On the part of the Black Queens, I'm really happy. If you remember, you asked me one of our shows, and you asked me about where I think this team will get to. Yeah. And I said that when they get to the semis, I think it's success for them because of how we've failed from 2016 to now, and not playing in the last edition in 2022, and also going to the tournament on the back of losing our coach, Nora Hutla, to Zambia. But Kim, in this game especially, this game against Algeria, I think all the odds were against him. People thought that the Algerians are the better side. In fact, they've been one of the surprise packages up until they had to lose to the Black Queen. So, look, it's a good one. If they don't win it, clearly they'll play the 3rd place playoff. I think it's still success for the team.
Who are we meeting in
We are playing Morocco.
So from one North African team to another North African team.
I've seen Morocco play.
Yeah, and you see the Moroccans too. The thing about that clash is that we actually played the Moroccans in one of the friendlies. Yeah. Yes, we went there, they beat us by 1 goal to 0.
Lost.
Yeah, we lost. And so I like that pairing because it gives these girls a fair idea of what's to come. They've already played the Moroccans already, so...
I hope it makes them hungry enough to want to beat them because
hungry enough, yes. And
against them.
Speaking of being hungry enough, if you watch our last group game against Tanzania, it was there, it was evident. If you watch the game against Algeria, it was there. I think the girls have warmed themselves up into the tournament proper. Now, at the knockout stage, it's you take it or you're out. And clearly, from Tanzania to Algeria to Morocco coming, I think the performance has been good. For the Moroccans, one thing that I think will not be too good for the Black Queens is that it's the host nation. If you watch Morocco against Mali in the quarterfinal, the stadium was full. It was more like, yes. So I don't know how these girls would embrace the occasion, especially with the supporters in there. And you know how these North Africans can be very intimidating.
Pull lasers in your face and all of that.
So the fans are intimidating. The players themselves are very, and they are very good side. No doubt about that. The Moroccans are very, very good side.
Can footballers play with earplugs?
Come again?
Can they play with earplugs?
Oh no, you can't play with. So
you need to hear from your teammates. Wow.
So you can block out the fans and probably concentrate on your teammates.
You can't be wearing that.
But your coach would also have to be shouting instructions at you.
Exactly. And is it with the Moroccans?
Just quickly with that. Block out the fans.
With the Moroccans, they brought in Hoye Vilda, who won the 2023 FIFA World Cup with the Spanish national team. And they've brought him in to come and win the AFCON. And he's on already a very good trajectory. So I think
Have they
that
lost
test.
any game?
No, they've not lost. They've had one of the finest attacks in the tournament. They've conceded 2 goals. I think we take the Moroccans and the Nigerians. They are the teams that have been very,
2 exceptional teams, and a lot of people are tipping them to go into the final.
To the final. So I'm not too surprised with what they've done.
Who's been our standout player at the WAFCON so far? I know it's a tough call between the goalkeeper, maybe Boudua, and maybe Hloka.
No, take Boudua out.
I should take Boudua out.
Yeah, she's not been good. I've watched her. In fact, I've been very, very disappointed with her and Evelyn Bedu in that squad. Yes,
is this still not early day? You know, I feel like they're still warming up into the competition.
Well, up until the stage they've got into, I think they've been very disappointing. If they show up in the Morocco game, I think it erases
their past.
But up until now, if you have to exit against Morocco, I don't think they've stepped up enough to
knowing the potential they have.
Exactly. And you see, the squad we took to Morocco had just 4 players who have played at the WAFCON before.
Okay.
A large chunk of the players are new. This is their first WAFCON. And so you expect players like Doris Boudua, Evelyn Bedu, Alice Kusi, who is the skipper, to step up. Alice Kusi has had an okay tournament. But to your question, I think the standout performer in our team has been Chantal Boyloka. She's been very good. The goalkeeper comes next because of the save sheet we saw. Yes, Chantal has been very, very good. Her passes are top notch. If you go and look at the goals we scored at the tournament, it starts from her. The play starts from it. She's either at the end or she's either the pre-assist before the assist is off.
I saw a goal against Tanzania.
It was very, very good, and it speaks volumes of the quality she's brought into this team.
I asked how much we're paying Kim. Have you found that out?
Well, the GFA are yet to put that out.
Lord.
So, it's a thing with our parts of that. I mean, where we are here in Ghana in terms of how much the coaches are being paid and stuff. With
but
Nora,
the Black Stars is
the Black Stars is ours. With Nora, we knew about how much she was paid
after she exited.
The GFA put out a statement and said they were paying her this amount, and they were taking charge of her accommodation and stuff. So I think it's been a very, very good tournament for her.
Please continue to dig for me.
I'll
want to make a point.
Don't worry,
I really want to make a point.
I know what you want to do.
Have you seen the people in the stadium? Have you seen the people in the stadium? Have you seen the number of people in the stadium?
You mean the supporters?
It's just interest. If the game peaks and people go, they'll be paid better.
35% of the effort that we put into the Black Stars, into the Black Queens.
Yes.
Just think about it.
Yes.
The turnaround.
It's a good thing to think about.
35%. It's not even
and you see, you have a very good point. You know why? Because in the last, let me say 3 years or 4 years, so that's inclusion of Nora's time with the Queens, I think the Black Queens were the most successful national team in terms of results.
Yeah.
Because at the time, the Black Stars were struggling. Under 20, Nyama, under 17, not good. 15,
terrible.
Nothing. But the Black Queens at the time, because they were in a very good run, they qualified for the WAFCON. I think the only blip they had was failing to qualify for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And that's when the Zambians came knocking and they took Nora. So in terms of effort, finances, I think if you're able to channel maybe just a fraction of what we give to the Black Stars, it would make sense. But you see, people have spoken about the fact that sometimes you have to deal with what is it, priorities or your most prized assets. Thinking about the fact that sometimes you have to deal with what is it, priorities or your, which has been
not
and you see
delivering.
the thing to has to do with the level of football. If you want to compare the blacks, if you want to compare men's football to women's football, I don't think we'll finish this argument today. So I understand your point. I understand it. And with this achievement, look at, if you want to compare this, what they've done to that of the Black Stars. The Black Stars have not been to the semis of the AFCON. From 2017, that's when we had our biggest achievement. Ever since, we struggled. So I think it's a good point.
Are we going to talk about your Chelsea?
Oh, we are world champions. That's fine. Unless Gabi wants to talk about it, I'll listen to him talk about it. I don't mind.
What do you want? What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Preseason, I just want your thoughts on preseason, right?
Preseason, yeah, kudos.
And some transfer news. Kudos had it was not shocking, right?
I like that.
It was to be expected.
It's not shocking. And I think he's stepping a step higher with regards to his career in terms of the team he plays. Now there'll be a lot of light on him because he's going to play in the UEFA Champions League. And if you pay attention to, or if you've watched Kudus very well, I think he loves the big occasions. He embraces the pressure. And I was not too surprised with he bagging an assist. Look, I think, I was telling somebody this in the newsroom that I think Kudus will perform for Spurs. I'm not too sure what Thomas Frank would want from him in terms of where he wants to play him. Because in this game, we saw him play on the left. Kudus is a left-footed winger. So if you play him on the right, he gets to cut in on his favorite foot. Or if you play him through the channels, in which his time at West Ham United, I think a lot of his games, he was being played in that position. He thrived because he likes to take the ball, go past one player, two player, three, and then make things happen. But if you listen to Thomas Frank speak about him, he says Kudus brings a lot of unpredictability to the squad in the sense that he gives you a lot of options up front. You can play him even as a false nine. I think we saw him at Ajax that in some games he was being played as a false nine. Sometimes West Ham, same. So I just hope that Frank will deploy him in a very good position that will get the best out of him. Right. And he walks into that Spurs team with an okay Premier League experience because of what he did for West Ham United. 65 appearances, yes, that's quite decent. That's quite decent. And to start, the way he started in his first season was good. The second season was not the best of seasons. I mean, you can't fault him too much because West Ham themselves were going through a lot of struggles. They brought in, they chopped and changed several coaches. He learned Pettigrew and Porter and stuff, and that affected his performance as well. So now he walks into a team that is a new environment. He'll be able to showcase his talent. He'll play in the Champions League. He's playing in the Champions League before. You remember? With Ajax. An explosive game against Liverpool. So he loves the occasion. So I just want to see how he'll carry on with his Spurs team. I think he would have a decent numbers. Then people are speaking about where next will be his next destination. His next destination, his big move. If he's able to perform for Spurs, the Barcas, the Madrids will come calling. Maybe the Chelsea in a very stable environment now will come calling. Maybe the United in a very good environment will come calling. So it's good to see.
We don't want them at United.
Well, it's always a pleasure having you. I'm humble. Thank you so much for your time. We'll engage some more. And shout outs to all the Blues.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's all time will allow us for yet another exciting and really, interactive edition of Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. Myself, Jude Duncan, and
Eno Safo. Thanks for joining us. See you again next week. Bye-bye. Keep your dials on Channel 1 TV.
Join us this week on The Upside Down Show as we sit with Professor Kobi Mensah, CEO of the Ghana Tourism Development Company. Congratulations to him on being promoted to full professor.
You have been paid to be a son. Yes. Really? So you're...
He recounts how his age denied him an opportunity, hence he changed his career path.
My dad was AGI chair in Takrady. They had a training for technical people, the sector people, gratis program. I took sleeper from Takrady to Kumasi. When we went to do the registration, the man said I'm too young. It was computer aided design, CAD. I remember very well. And I was so passionate about it that I wanted to do. He said I'm too young, he's not allowing me.
GTDC will no longer suffer, he says.
I'm driving GTDC to digital, making sure that we are moving into the innovation space. We are building what we call Ghana Tourism Marketplace and then Ghana Tourism Investment Platform.
GTDC has, ever since we've known them, been struggling.
Absolutely.
Why?
We are no longer going to struggle.
Don't miss this episode, airing this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Today on Adoration, we are truly honored to have a man of God who has stirred many hearts with his gift of worship. He's a man of deep prophetic insight, rallies the people of God into his presence. Please join me as we welcome once again on Adoration, Reverend PJ Markwe and his team. My name is Edna Bright Davis. This is Adoration on Channel 1 TV. Stay tuned as we go for a break. When we come back, we zoom in right into worship.
What's better than your bestie? A bestie with blockbusters and bedtime cartoons. GoTV streams your fave soaps, sports, and the loudest laughs. No extra charge, just internet connection. Your shows, your vibes, your anytime, anywhere bestie. GoTV Stream. Download it now.
Every seven, yeah, I'm your bottom part. Why, yeah, so. Every seven, yeah, I'm your bottom part. Why, yeah, so. Let's go! Every seven, yeah, I'm your bottom part. you hame. Can mile no know you hame. If they have what can you walk away? Never let you me for Yakapa Chakra. Mile, no know you hame. Kabum Santa Mete, Ota Oshekra. Enjoy the presence of the Lord. Amashies ane patale, keya shibelemi, aho ni mana nyomo papa. Yeah, no be playing, no. Yes, I need papa. Yes, I Mana, no more papa. Oh, yeah, no be playing. Yeah, no chawa. Menegrini, myself, Menegri, Dimasia, Asa, Osarele, Aori, Papa, no be Inke Mashe, Sunday Babale, Kayashi, mi baby, Animana, and your more Papa. Papa, yeah, no be no. Mashe Sunday, Papa, Kaya see me baby. Ni mana, no more Papa, yeah, no be no. Don't show Menegrini, myself, let's go to South Africa. Ingesu kuluma, ingesui, ingizi, ingihambe, inglabeni, ingiba, ingizo, tola, ambuzo, ingosuku, oluku, ingizo kuluma, ingesui, ingizi, ingihambe, inglabeni, ingiba, ingizo, tola, ambuzo, luku, luku, easy, cozy, ingi kulumi, Hallelujah.
Are you a student in Ghana? Are you 11 to 15 years old? Are you ready to write, think, and analyze your way into hearts and minds and straight to the top? Then it's time for you to get ready for the Literacy Challenge 2025. For level 1, this year's big essay topic is, in not less than 600 words, discuss the effects of climate change on agriculture in Ghana. What challenges do these effects create for individuals, families, communities, and the nation? Suggest practical solutions to help all Ghanaians mitigate these challenges. Your essay must be in your own handwriting. It must be endorsed by a parent or a guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday, 26th July 2025. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or City FM, or mail to P.O. Box GP 14123 across Central. If you make it to level 2 and go on to win level 3, you will win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a glitzy trophy, and bragging rights as the most outstanding all-round student in Ghana. So, get writing and show the nation what you've got. For more details, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Belmu and GB Assessment.
If God be for us, who can be against us?
Amen.
He's a good God.
Amen.
He deserves all the worship. Amen. He deserves all the adoration. Amen. He deserves your worship. Don't lose your song, because God is good. Never changing. He's constant. Never failing. What a good God.
What a God we serve.
What a mighty God we serve. We could do this for another half hour, right?
Yeah.
What a mighty God we serve.
Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve.
We're gonna have a quick interview with the Reverend EJ. Because today, adoration, I don't know, we're going to do it for the rest of the day. I'm full. I'm full. Yes, I'm full. I don't know about you, but words fail me. Yes, team, thank you so much. There's nothing like, leading the people of God into worship, but also having a team that understand what it means. They're not backing singers. They're worshippers in their own rights, and we're here doing this together to the glory of God. And I believe you have been blessed. But you know, we always have this segment. We want to find out a little bit more about Reverend PJ, what he's been up to. Thank you for coming again. And since we last saw you, what have you been up to?
I am still in the presence of the Lord. Yes. Tapping to get some more to impact souls.
Amen. I mean, take us back. Take us back to when you first got the call of God upon your life.
I think that would be about the age of 18 or 19 years. I became a Christian, and I was introduced to a lot of prayer. So I wake up in the morning, I go to the beach, I pray like 4 hours, 5 hours non-stop. And then there was a day I was praying, and I just heard the Spirit of the Lord say, just stop and dance before the Lord. And I said to my mind that, but there's no music, how do you dance? And I'm not hearing well, you know. So I kept turning, and I said, like, dance before the Lord. And I'm like, what am I? You know. So I said, okay, you know. I started dancing. And all of a sudden, it was like I felt dizzy. Then I fell on the ground. I don't know how many minutes I was on the ground, but there was like a deep sleep that came over me. And then I heard the Lord say clearly, get ready. I'm going to use you to the nations, and you will be an impact in the lives of people. That was when it started. And then I knew that there was something on my life, and I have never looked back since.
And that's been what, 4 decades?
Yeah, that's about 4 decades. I'm
counting.
I am 62 now. I'm trying to be, you know. So that was about 18 years. So
You're sure you haven't added, you know, like a few years just to mesmerize us?
Right now, I can't see my birth certificate, so I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Well, you don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
But I mean, this is really what is special about what you just said to me is one of the things I've noticed about you when you minister is the dance. So that's when it happened.
That is when it happened.
That's when it happened. So that makes a whole lot of sense.
That's right.
So what is it with him and the whole dance thing? But now I get it. There's a whole revelation behind it. I mean, but who is your target audience, though?